and FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. WFAN Sports Flash.
And this report brought to you by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Week 11 in the NFL kicks off tonight at Foxborough with the Jets and the Patriots. Sunday, the Giants will be home for the Packers, and we know Mike Kafka is their interim head coach. Game number 1 for him. Last night in the Garden, first home loss for the Knicks. They fell to the Magic 124-107. Franz Wagner had 28 points. Desmond Bain added 22. Karl Anthony Towns says, we did not defend well.
Yeah, there's more development that needs to happen, obviously. And like you said, we're shooting the ball, 3-ball well. That's, you're seeing those 140s, 130s, something that is, helped us tremendously score more points.
And so losing the game is one part. Probably the bigger part is the injury to Jalen Brunson late in the fourth quarter. The ankle injury. He had 31 before he did leave the game. The Rangers beat the Lightning 7-3. A couple of goals for Vincent Trocheck. JT Miller scores as well. The Devils beat the Blackhawks in overtime 4-3. Simon Nemec completes the hat trick, game-winning goal in overtime. The Islanders are in Las Vegas coming up later tonight. This report brought to you by Ray Katina. Experience the power of 3. Visit bensfam.com. And by Total Orthopedics. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. They are Long Island's premier orthopedic practice. From simple sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they are the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Visit TotalOrthoExpress.com today. It's 50 in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Jerry Recco on WFAN, now streaming on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Oh, we definitely got to talk some Knicks today, and obviously we got a big football game tonight. I don't know if it's a big football game, but a little litmus test for the Jets against the Patriots. But I'm in a baseball mood, BT. Hot stove season is here. You have the GM meetings. We did a lot of Mets yesterday. And thinking about the Yankees, and it does tie into the Mets a little bit with Cody Bellinger, but thinking about the Yankees after Brian Cashman spoke yesterday, I don't think the Yankees can have a good offseason if it doesn't include bringing Cody Bellinger back. We went over this last year with Juan Soto, and we know what the Yankees did with Plan B and all of that. I don't know how you can make a case for the Yankees to make their team better, which is what they need to do, because progressively they've gotten worse going from World Series to Division Series. Got to get better and close the gap. I don't know if they could get better without Cody Bellinger.
You know what's funny? First of all, I don't really disagree, and I think it really applies to the Mets as well. Now, we did the Mets stuff yesterday. I think Bellinger is a guy who would make the Mets so much better. And then obviously if he left the Yankees, it would make the Yankees so much more vulnerable. But when you contrast, at least so far, and maybe it's going to change, and a lot of this is around Pete, I get that. But there's a lot of juice and anticipation and energy for the Mets offseason. I'm not feeling it for the Yankees. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't wind up being really good. See, I think what it comes down to for Bellinger, and I do think he's going to stay, right? And I think he's got to be target number 1. You could get to some other stuff, and we'll get to it as well. You lose Bellinger, a lot changes, because then maybe Grisham becomes more important. Now you rely on a Dominguez-Jones combination. Who knows if they're going to be ready? But I am not worried, and I don't know where you stand on this, but I'm not really worried about overpaying for Bellinger. I'm going to tell you why. Now, there's certain players that I am worried about that with. I look at Bellinger, and I see a guy who, even when he goes 0 for 4, can help the Yankees win a game. He can make a play in left, can make a play in center, can make a play in right, can make a play in first, can make a play on the bases, and for the most part, is going to put the bat on the ball to at least, maybe scratch out a run the non-conventional way. So I don't know if it's going to go to 6 years. I don't know if it's going to go to 7. I don't know if it's going to 180 or 190. Wherever it goes, Yanks have to pay it. That's it.
Right, and that's kind of the point. And furthermore, there was an excuse last year to lose Juan Soto because Soto clearly wanted to take the most money. I don't believe, now I don't know this, I'm sure Bellinger wants to get paid and he's going to go with the best offer, but a combination of things. Juan Soto wanted the most money. He went left for the Mets, didn't care who was going to give it to him. He just wanted to take that. I believe Bellinger wants to be back, and if that's the case, I don't want to see the Yankees try to draw a line and be like, well, we value you here, but we're not going to get reckless. Now, when you do that, you run the risk of having a DJ LeMahieu type contract, and you just have to live with it. But he's going into age 30 season. Forget about year 6 or year 7 if you get to that point. You're worried about year 1 through 3. Yankees, I know they always have a championship window, but we're talking about right now, maximizing what they have with Aaron Judge and what they have in place with Garrett Cole and Fried and some of the young pitching, whatever. You're trying to win a World Series now. You're the New York Yankees. You got a player who thrived here last year, extremely versatile, good in the lineup with Judge, just a perfect fit. I think wants to be a Yankee, just get the deal done. Whatever the market value is, if you have to exceed it by a little bit, fair enough, just get the deal done. You're the New York Yankees. There should be no excuse. Let's say they didn't out with Soto. There is no out with Bellinger.
Well, I agree. And what I'd like to see the Yankees do, I mean, stop waiting around. And I know it just started, so I'm not getting on them. But I don't want to see this thing drag out into, early December and other teams are setting the market on Bellinger. How about the Yankees come out and they say, hey, we want you. Here's a number. It's a healthy number in terms of AAV and length of contract. Let's get it done. Don't sit around waiting for these other teams to do. Don't wait for the Mets. Don't wait for the Dodgers. Don't wait for whomever to jump back in.
Especially if he wants to be here.
Yeah, and that seems to be it just looked like a natural fit last year, and his dad played here. So there's evidence that, or reasons you would think he would want to stay. I don't dude, you're the Yankees. You're going to let $3 more million a year, an extra year. What are we talking? We're talking nothing.
See, there's a difference in this. You could bring the Mets into the conversation here as well. And I've been thinking the same thing in regards to Pete Alonso. There's a difference between being reckless and just being aggressive here early on. The Mets did this a couple years ago with Diaz. He didn't want to go anywhere else. They wanted him back. Before he even hit the market, they got it done. Boom, 5 years, $100 million deal. And you could say that you want a player. The Yankees could say that they want Bellinger. Okay, well, if you want Bellinger, talk to him now. Forget what the market says. What are you worried about? You have a rough idea of what the market's going to be. Just give him your best offer. The fear is that, and maybe it's more so with the Mets because they're the Mets and not the Yankees, that they're being used. And you don't want to set the market. And then hypothetically, if the Mets offer Pete Alonso 6 years, $180 million, which I said I would do, now Boris and Pete have that, and they say, well, bare minimum, we're getting 180.
Yeah.
And can go shop that.
Yep.
That's why I say it has to come with the caveat of, here's the offer. This offer stands for a week. You got a week to go do whatever, or whatever it may be, whatever time frame you want to
figure it out. We're not here to be used.
It can't just be, you're going to come back to us and we're going up. No, this is it. This is it. You want us to go up maybe to $200 million because what's an extra? But at some point, you got to draw the line. I would just go with my best offer right out of the gate, and I think the Yankees should be doing that with Bellinger, and I would think it would be a lot easier with Bellinger because I truly believe he wants to remain a New York Yankee. I don't know that. I'm just getting that feel. And if that's the case, to your point, why wait for the market to develop? Just go get him now.
Well, and this is the time to do it. Now, the Yankees have a lot of young players, none of whom have distinguished themselves to the point where you're like, no doubt. Except maybe Ben Rice is a hitter. Listen, I like Wells, but there's a lot of room to go. I mean, Volpe obviously was a mess last year. Dominguez is making peanuts, but who really knows what he is? Obviously, if Jones makes a team, he's making peanuts. Outside of Aaron Judge and Fried and Garrett Cole, where's the big money? Jazz isn't making a ton of money. McMahon's what, $15 million? And what other players are the Yankees really attached to? Now, I'm sure they'll talk to Tucker, and if they lost Bellinger, I'm sure I would think that they might aggressively pivot there.
Well, would that be good enough for you?
Well, it's funny.
Paint the
he's
scenario.
Not a center fielder. That's the problem.
Well, okay, that's the point. So paint the scenario where the Yankees can be better off without Cody Bellinger.
Okay. I don't feel it, but I'll try to paint one.
Yeah.
I don't think that they would be. Let's say that Spencer Jones is the real deal.
Yeah.
And he's more of a center fielder than Dominguez, which it seems like they think that he is. If he was in center, you let Grisham go, or Grisham goes himself, and you get Tucker for left, and you've got Judge and right. I'm still not sold on first base, though. So
but you could go get a first baseman. It would include Tucker.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, further it then, I'll ask you the question. Could they, if they don't get Bellinger, do they have to then get Tucker?
I don't think that they have to. But now it's going to be very hard to look at that lineup and say, oh, yeah, they've improved from the lineup a year ago. Unless you expect McMahon to get much better, I don't. Unless you expect Volpe to get much better, I don't. Unless you expect Jazz to get much better. Now, he's good, April through October or September. He's not going to get much better. I think Ben Rice will get better, and I think that's probably it. But you lose Bellinger and you don't get a Tucker or a Bregman, and they're not getting Bregman because they got a third baseman, and McMahon's got a couple of years to go.
See, I think that would be a mistake just to say, well, we got McMahon and lock him in a third and not go after Bregman.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If I'm the Yankees at this point, I would say, yeah, you know what? Bregman was okay, but we're going to move on here. But they're not going to do that. So I've got to work within the realm of their new reality, which is obviously aggressive and fairly bold, but not over the top. So there's no way the Yankees... let me not say no way, unless they're able to trade McMahon and eat some of the money. Right. I guess there's always a way to do this. Bottom line is this. If the Yankees whiff on Bellinger, their offseason goes from, it becomes very unclear, and it becomes very worrisome for me. Like, they got to get him.
Yeah, I know, but they lost Juan Soto and recovered. So the counter to that would be if you lose Juan Soto and recover, you should be able to lose Cody Bellinger and recover.
Did they recover? Did they get to the World Series last year? Did they look like a better team than Toronto?
No.
I don't know that they recovered.
I never believed in Plan B myself because I just don't believe in letting the best players go. But when you look at the fit, where was Juan Soto going to play along with Aaron Judge? Bellinger clearly was a better fit because you could use him in multiple places. I was even saying this yesterday on SNY. Bellinger is arguably a better fit for the Mets. They needed Soto because of the star power. Bellinger makes them a better team because you could play him in center, you could play him in left, give Nimmo some rest. You can play him at first, give Alonso some rest at DH. It's just the perfect piece. The Mets have 3 areas where they need to upgrade defensively: center field, first base, and left field. Cody Bellinger is a plus defensive player at all 3 of those positions, so he would be perfect for them as he is perfect for the Yankees. They need to bring him back. I think he wants to be back. There's just got to be an alternative. If not, and by the way, even if they do bring him back, okay, then what? Is that enough? You're not bringing him back and bringing in Kyle Tucker. Are you relying again on Dominguez or Spencer Jones? Volpe situation. McMahon, you mentioned him. Ben Rice at first base. If the Yankees don't bring back Bellinger, they have some issues and got a lot of work to do. If they do bring back Bellinger,
they shouldn't be done.
Well, okay, so then what's next for the Yankees outside of Bellinger?
Yeah, I would love to see Schwarber. You can't do it. Stanton's he's clogging up the DH, which is part of the reason why the Yankees have had roster construction issues. I think when you look at this, and you touch on this to start, like whether it's Fried, Schlittler, now maybe Schlittler in a year or so goes in a deal for Skeens, but right now, Fried, Schlittler, eventually Cole, Rodon's going to miss the first month. Eventually Schmidt and Hill.
It should be set, though.
Their pitching should be locked and loaded. So, to me, the emphasis should be on defense, but they need some more sticks.
Cashman mentioned it yesterday. Good to have a closer. They have a Bednar set in place. You don't have to worry about that on the market.
He was good.
The bullpens I wouldn't worry about. You could build them in season. Usually Yankees figure out a way to do that, whether it's before the year with some under-the-radar type signings or in season. Cashman has done a good job at that. I just, again, look at the infrastructure, the construction of this roster, and you need to change some things up. I would be open to moving Jazz. I would be open to moving Giancarlo Stanton. I think those type things. Quan, to me, is the perfect fit, so I'd go all in to get him if he is, in fact, available. Now, doing that, you're going to have to give up, you would think, either Spencer Jones or Dominguez, maybe some young pitching, not named Cam Schlittler. But now you do that. And if you could bring back Bellinger, now that could be enough right there. Big moves. Look at the lineup with Quan in it.
Yep.
A true leadoff hitter. And you have Bellinger in the same spot he was. Your outfield is set.
Yeah.
Grisham at that point would be a luxury if he comes back.
There's things to do. It's funny. I think both the Yanks and the Mets need to make bold trades. We always focus on this about the pursuit of the big ticket free agents, which we get. It's fun and it's hot stove, but I think, and I said this before, I think the Mets get Skubal. Now, I don't know if I'm as confident about the Yankees getting Quan, but that's a trade that opens everything up for him.
Even with Bellinger back, they don't have a leadoff hitter.
I know.
Which would be a priority for me. Go out there and get a leadoff hitter. That's why I say Quan is the best one. You want to talk about Arise? We mentioned him yesterday. I mean, that would be another guy that would maybe set the table for the Yankees' power that follows behind him. Yankees a lot last year, BT, relied on the young guys. We went over it before the year, and almost none of them. Wells did not do what he was supposed to do. Volpe nowhere near what he was supposed to do. Dominguez nowhere near what he was supposed to do. Ben Rice the only one who kind of popped there, and clearly there are limitations to his game where he doesn't have a position. First base or catcher, they like him there, but he's clearly not a first baseman. I don't think he's a good catcher, so he's a DH, which leads to the conversation of they have 15 different DHs.
Yeah.
They need to change some things up. So maybe it's not just about who they're adding, also about what they're subtracting or trading away to clean up some of the mess.
Boy, we've been saying for years, move on from Stanton. We know he's got the no trade. You don't have to tweet us. We know that. But how do you not approach him at this point? Like, if you're the Yankees, how do you not approach Stanton and say, hey, listen, here's where we are. Here's where you are.
Yeah.
If we can find a move, would you be okay with it? Like, you've got to have that conversation.
Yeah, I don't know what the Yankees are thinking. Cashman did say yesterday, alluding to the fact that Ben Rice could be their first baseman.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Rice, everyday first baseman, or at least majority first baseman.
I think he could become a functional first baseman. Not much more than that. He looked pretty bad on those throws. Here we get on Pete, but at least Pete scoops him. Rice didn't scoop any.
Maybe this is the best case scenario. You trade for Quan.
Yeah.
You could have Bellinger in center, or Grisham accepts the offer. He could play some center, Bellinger at first, Rice DH a little bit, Rice catch a little bit. That gives you some, but that includes trading for Quan and signing Bellinger. Maybe if they did those two moves, you'd be okay with that as far as the line goes. Either way, moves to be made. I think Bellinger is a big key. The same way I would say it for the Mets offseason, but I don't think it's realistic. Yankees cannot there should not be an excuse. Last year they had an excuse with Soto. No excuse letting Bellinger go this time.
See, I don't know if, I remember saying this yesterday a few times here, I don't think the Mets are going to have a middle-of-the-road offseason. I think it's either really good or it's really lackluster. And I'm trying to see if I feel the same way about the Yankees. I think I've focused less on them in my mind because I think there's fewer options. And maybe I'm just under and maybe this is my fault, I'm just under the assumption Bellinger's not going. Right. But again, if I'm going to be fair to the discussion, if they were to lose Bellinger and they don't do some other stuff, it goes to a bad offseason. Now, it doesn't mean you'll be a bad team because of the pitching, but the next month or so, Yankees need to have some good moments here. There's no doubt about it.
BT and Sal and the Fan, our friends at Town Fair Tire, remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Joey Clam starts us off in Brooklyn. What's up, Joey?
Hey, Joe.
The Rosado brothers, they're taking hostages. Hey, listen, the Yankees, Sally Boy, how you doing, BT?
Joe.
The Yankees got to fix the 5-6 hole, which they haven't fixed in years. They're batting 200 on those spots. And when you play first base, always expect a bad throw. Ben Rice has a frying pan glove. How are we fixing the 5-6 hole? Hal, where are you? Step up to the plate, Hal. You know what I mean? You got to step up. We're not asking you to be your father, but act like a Steinbrenner.
Well, why are you worried about the 5-6 spot when you should be worried about the leadoff spot?
No, 5-6 hole.
Defense.
Third base is shortstop.
Defense. I'm sorry.
Shortstop is a stiff. You're batting 200 from your third baseman and your shortstop. You can't have championship baseball with garbage shortstop at third base batting 200.
Well, Joe, think about this, Joe.
Listen, stop with the sunny doos and the sunny sides. BT, where's your Uncle John and Uncle Pat? Brennan's Bar, wherever you. A Jack and a Heineken.
All right,
thank you.
Joey is out of his mind in a good way.
Start the show, yeah.
So okay, we all know 2009, and I get it. We might not ever in our lifetime see a better Yankee infield than Teixeira, Cano, Jeter, and A-Rod around the horn. I mean, really, as good as it gets, right? And you throw in some other players, but that's phenomenal. Does this sound like a championship infield? Rice, Grisham, Volpe, McMahon? The answer is no.
Oh, you talking about infield? You said Rice, Grisham?
Not Grisham. I'm sorry. Jazz. Thank you. Obviously,
Sorry.
Rice and Jazz and Volpe, or even Caballero and McMahon. Listen to that drop off. Now, the 09 Yankees. Well, I was going to say they didn't quite have the pitching of this crew, but they actually did with CC and with Burnett.
Why can't it be if they don't need to go spend on pitching and they don't? Why can't it be bring Bellinger back, trade for Quan, and bring in Bregman? Well, that's too much to ask. It's the Yankees.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Why not?
I don't have the answer. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it.
Are you trying to close the gap on the Dodgers or no?
Well, but where's the evidence that they would do that? That's the problem.
Well, Cashman said yesterday, money is not should not be the issue.
Let's see it.
Well, then figure out how to build a better ball club instead of relying on all these young guys or guys who strike out a ton and hit 200. Well, Bregman's out there. Go get him. And I'm not saying be reckless. Think about the offseason they had last year after they lost Juan Soto. Bringing Bellinger back is not doing much. You're just bringing him back. Okay, well, now how are you getting better? Trading for Quan is not going to cost you a lot. Give up one of the useless pieces, whether it's Dominguez or Spencer Jones, and they are useless as it pertains to today's Yankee ball club. You can talk about the potential in the future. I'm tired of it. Why? You got to go out there and win now. And what about third base? Why settle for Ryan McMahon? Because it's a good glove. You could have a good glove and a good bat and a proven winner in Alex Bregman. Go get it. I don't think that's being ridiculous. I wanted Bregman last offseason. This offseason, what are we doing here? You trying to build a World Series team or not?
Listen, I think that there's certain off seasons where what's presented by Yankee fans is just it's wacky world. Like it's unrealistic. What you just presented should not be unrealistic. It shouldn't be. Now the problem here is. And this doesn't solve anything yet until he either, proves his critics wrong or Yankees move on. If Volpe was what they thought he would be, you could get away with McMahon at third base.
Yeah, right.
If Volpe was hitting, first of all, Volpe was the leadoff hitter, even if he was 260, at an on base of that 34%, 35, rather than 280, 290, which is just utterly unacceptable. it just creates, and that's why Joey says the 5 and the 6 hole, it's a problem. It's a big problem. And listen, I think the notion of, well, you bring back Bellinger and all is right. No, you bring back Bellinger, you are what you were last year.
Right.
That's a starting point.
Right. And the point is they can't go backwards again. They needed to bring back Soto and build on top of that. Again, different circumstance. This year, bring back Bellinger and then build on top of it. But either way, I don't know how you can make a great case. And the Yankees are always aggressive. We know that. I don't know how you can make a great case that they would be. Cashman said it himself yesterday. He said, quote, we would be better suited with bringing him back. Good. Then bring him back, and there shouldn't even be a discussion. BT and Sal on the Fan.
It may be the offseason for the Bombers and Amazons, but there's no offseason for Yankees and Mets talk. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Tap Room is your casual gathering place for real food, craft beverages, and every New York game. With 9 Long Island locations, including their newest at Station Yards in Ronkonkoma. It's where you meet friends, make new ones, and never miss the action. Football, hockey, or basketball. Enjoy Sunday game day drink specials, wing night Thursdays, and kids eat free Tuesdays. Tap Room, real food, craft beer, and great company. Find your spot at taproomofny.com.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Experience the magic of the season during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. Enjoy exclusive holiday offers at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Mercedes-Benz of Union, and Ray Katina of Freehold. 3 powerhouse locations, 1 legendary name, Ray Katina. Discover the power of 3 at benzfam.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Sullivan Papain is one of New York's top personal injury firms and general counsel to the New York City Firefighters Union. Sullivan Papain is New York's team fighting for New Yorkers and our city's bravest. Remember the name, Sullivan Papain, a winning team on the court and in the courtroom. Contact Sullivan Papain at triallaw1.com. That's triallaw1.com. New York strong, from the court to the community. Remember the name, Sullivan Papain.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
This is Tiki Barber. You definitely don't want your heating system to fail this winter. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Have them check your heating system before it breaks. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They can fix anything. Go now to EdisonHVAC.com.
4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Nada que ver. Bring in a bill from AT&T or T-Mobile to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. ¿Y ahora? ¿Qué vas a hacer with all those unwanted bills? Pues, how about a full-scale origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Fuera de broma. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Verizon store in New York City today and we'll give you a better deal for you and tu familia. Rankings based on RedMetrics Root Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill from T-Mobile or AT&T dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love cooking, listen up. The Chef IQ Mini Oven is your all-in-one kitchen hero. It bakes, broils, air fries, dehydrates, slow cooks, and more. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, a color touchscreen, a soft closed door, and looks sharp on any counter. It even syncs with the Chef IQ app and can pair with the IQ Sense thermometer for perfect USDA safe temps every time. Grab yours right now at chefiq.com and don't forget to use code BOOMER to save 20% off at checkout.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Get back to your calls here in just a sec. We'll do some Jets coming up at 11. We'll get to some Knicks later on. We didn't do Knicks yesterday, not because we were ignoring them, but just because we got caught up with the Bo Nickel in studio. That we had Jay Leto on. It's been a wild show. Actually, we have Marlon Wayans coming on today, so we'll have that as well. Stay tuned for that. A fun segment with him ahead of his comedy show that he's promoting. We've been doing a lot of fun stuff here on the BT and Sal show. Sydney Sweeney, all that. She's in the news again. The movie flopped. Apparently, it didn't work.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, dude, big flop. But I'm not saying the movie was bad. I'm saying that the box office presence was nowhere to be found.
There's a big issue going on there too.
What is it?
I know she got called out by. Now who's Ruby?
Ruby Rose. She's an actress. She was in, I believe, Orange is the New Black. She did a bunch of different TV
but anyway,
shows.
she's an actress, Ruby Rose,
and she's very upset because she felt like that was her role and that Sydney Sweeney stole it from her.
So she stole
it.
Yeah, so she ripped Sydney Sweeney.
Okay,
saying that she ruined the legacy and ruined what could have been a great movie. And then Chrissy, is it Chrissy or Christy? Who's the boxer? Christy. Chrissy, no T? You got to get clarity on it. Is it Kafka or Kafka?
It's Kafka.
It's Kafka.
I think it's Kafka.
Oh, no, it's Kafka. Mike Kafka.
You sure?
I thought it was Kafka, and then I heard Gio stumbling all over himself this morning. Kafka. He was saying Kafka.
Christy.
It is Christy. I told you.
I said it.
But yeah, then Gio said he got a text from somebody with the Giants. It's Kafka.
Christy Canyon?
And
Wait, what was her name again?
Christy.
That Christy Canyon is a whole different error. A whole different thing. Christy Martin.
With a K. Christy Martin. Okay, so anyway, Christy Martin then came out and supported Sydney Sweeney. Point is, we had Sydney Sweeney on the show.
We did. We're bouncing around here, man.
I know. It's been.
I got a question. Were the reviews of the movie unkind, or the amount of people that went to see it in terms of what the revenue generated?
It's kind of like The Rock with the Smash Machine, which I said was going to be it's going to win an award.
Oh my God! Hoff before that movie came out, dude.
He's
going
to
win awards. We got to get The Rock. He's going to win awards for this. I'm like, yeah, of course I'll take The Rock. He's going to win an award. The Rock is going to win an award.
Yes, he is.
Moana Man is going to win an award.
He is, I guarantee it. But the box office is different.
Moana Man.
Dude, what hits the box office these days? What makes a ton of money these days? Like the third or
what were the first movies that the Rock was in? The zombie movies? What were they called?
Fast and Furious.
I remember him in like a tutu, like his daughter, like a divorce, and he was like a single dad or something.
That was one.
The Dentist.
No.
Then he was a hockey player. Remember that?
Come on, Hoff. You like these action movies? He was some kind of like, I forget what the hell it was called. But I'm pretty sure that was the beginning.
He was in Black Adam.
No.
That's like a Marvel movie.
Go back to one of the. I thought it was like some kind of
Jumanji.
No,
Jumanji. Oh, the replay with because Robin Williams was in the original
Rampage. Oh, he was in the remake of Baywatch.
No. Come on.
Oh, The Mummy Returns.
Yes, The Mummy. There you go. I said zombie. The Mummy movies. That was like a big one years ago.
Two different things. Zombies and mummies, two different things.
But to answer your question, I believe it was a flop at the box office, but the reviews were okay. At least that's what Bogus was telling me that in the newsroom.
Okay.
Saying, hey, Sydney Sweeney apparently didn't help coming on your show. I was like, what happened? And then he said, nobody went to see the movie.
Well, it helped our show. I don't care about the movie.
Yeah.
That's fine. It helped us.
I mean, I didn't even know about the movie until she came on with us. So maybe that's part of the problem. But is the movie getting good reviews is the question.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay,
By the way, her story is outrageous.
Yep.
When I was out sick while BT was missing...
Christy story you're saying?
Yes,
Christy, yeah.
yes. The story itself is outrageous.
Right.
So while I was out sick and BT was getting texts from A-Rod not telling people about it, I watched the Christy documentary on Netflix, and it is unbelievable.
Oh, I didn't know there was a doc on Netflix on that.
It's one of those untold stories, and one of my buddies told me about it after watching or hearing Sydney Sweeney on with us. He watched the documentary, said it's amazing. So the movie is amazing.
Side note, speaking of documentaries, I watched last night after the Knicks, and the whole point was that we had guests on, so the last hour or so got away from us a little bit. We didn't get to the Knicks. We'll get to the Knicks later on today. I watched the Eddie Murphy doc.
My wife was watching that a little bit while she was folding the clothes there. Is it good?
It's just, I'm only like 25 minutes in. I started to doze off a little bit, so I'll pick it up today. But is there anybody walking the face of this earth that is funnier than Eddie Murphy? Oh, come on, man.
Ooh, maybe Chappelle.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not bad. It's a short list.
I would still go Eddie Murphy. Again, Chappelle influenced by Eddie Murphy.
Yep, everybody was.
I mean...
Now, but who was Eddie influenced by Richard Pryor?
Yes.
He had to be.
And that was the thing that got me last night. No, I've seen his specials before, Eddie Murphy, all that stuff.
Me too.
Oh, my God.
Love that. He's
of course. I want to go back and watch them again. But his impression of Richard Pryor is second to none as far as impressions go, period. It's just so good. The build up to it, and then he executes it. My God, Eddie Murphy. Hey, so we get Jay Leno on, we get Sydney Sweeney. Can we get Eddie Murphy on? Hoff will be on that next. If we get Eddie Murphy
He
on.
was the swordsman. He was Eddie Murphy? Oh, he crushed it. You know what I mean. Leave it at that. Crushed it.
Well, meaning like a ladies' man? Or you're talking about...
Oh, yeah.
The size of the material.
Well, that I don't know about.
Well, I think that's what swordsman refers to. No?
Or your strategies are very on point, I would say. So I think you can go both ways.
Oh, I was not aware of that. I always interpreted swordsman as being you're carrying. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that's probably more so than not, but Eddie Murphy was all over Hollywood. A lot of carnage.
BT and Sal. Let's get back to the sports talk 888 before there's more carnage here. 888-808-1019. We're talking Yankees.
Oh, yeah,
it's a sports talk show. John is calling from Bayonne, New Jersey. What's up, John?
Hey, bud.
Well, BT, you hit it on the head. We got to make some great trades.
Yeah.
And a person that I think they should dangle is Rodon. And then go after Struble. Okay? And the reason why Rodon's coming off a great year. Okay, his contract is high. We could use that money for Struble. And when it comes down to it, Giants might take him back. The Giants might want him, So there you go. You solve your pitching problem, and you get younger, and then you go after Guam and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And do what we got to do. I mean, free agency, I don't want Diaz. I don't want Diaz.
No, neither do I. The Yankees, I don't even think they make a move for Diaz. No. They got Bednar.
You could either make what they got now with the guy from the Pirates, or you could try to take one of their rookies and try to make them a closer.
I don't know if I'm going to...
They did that with Mariano Rivera. They did that with Mariano Rivera.
True, but they had Wetland before that, and then obviously Mo came in.
Right.
It was a little bit of a different setup. Thank you for the call there, John. So, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, of all the things that could come up, maybe trading Rodon. Now, I like Rodon more than you, obviously realizing he's just... you can't fully trust the guy. But in terms of, a body of work, 30 starts and beating bad teams and giving his team a chance to win, Rodon's been good, especially last year. He's making 27, 27, and 27. 3 years to go. I mean, do you think somebody would bite on Rodon? I mean, if you sweeten it up with maybe a young player? I mean, if you hit the trade market?
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah,
maybe.
Instead of paying a pitcher big-time money, I think somebody would buy. I would not, but maybe. I think there could be value there. I don't mind the idea. I think it's things like that both the Mets and Yankees need to do. Trade Rodon, get yourself out from under that salary, whatever you get back for it, whatever, and then maybe go make a run at school. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's realistic, but that's something that they should be thinking of doing.
You know what they really haven't, outside of the Soto trade? They haven't really been very creative in their trades. You think about their moves, and we all know the players on the team. Like Grisham was a throw-in. Obviously, Soto was great for a year, then he bounced. A lot of the young kids, we know about that. Stanton, of course, Jeter did that, and it is what it is. But, when was the last you signed Rodon, you signed Fried in terms of big free agent money? When was and Bednar was good, but when was the last time they made, an off-season? Am I missing somebody, a positional value where we're like, wow, What a very forward-thinking...
You talking about off-season?
Yeah, I'm thinking more off-season. Jazz was in season, clearly, but a real forward-thinking... we're like, wow, that kind of changes who the Yankees are for the next couple of years. It's been a while, is what I'm saying.
And this is the offseason to do it with Quan. By the way, you were correct. I was wrong on the Swordsman definition. A man who is skillful or enthusiastic. Anyway, a man who is a skillful or enthusiastic practitioner of sexual intercourse. So I am not a swordsman in any aspect of that definition. I don't know where I got it from. Thinking that, he's a swordsman. I just thought maybe sword.
Listen, if you're in a duel, you want to have the biggest sword. I'd rather have the big blade.
Maybe that's where I got it from. Sword fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you've heard of that before.
Of course.
So maybe then I just took that meaning in my mind over the years, thought that's what a swordsman was. Like, oh, wow, he's...
I could see that. Now, think about this. If you're in
Boomer is a swordsman.
Is he?
I heard that, no?
Oh, you did? I heard Francesa was.
I heard that as well.
Wasn't Glazer next to Mike at the urinal?
Jay Glazer the one who said that.
Just like Milton Berle.
Yeah, now that would be my definition of it.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. But I don't know about the other stuff.
I don't know, but if I'm in a duel, like medieval times duel, I could have a massive sword in terms of fighting, not to be overly risque here, like actually fighting. And the guy that I'm going against has a smaller sword, but he's just more adept at leverage and he's quicker. So that's why I never made the association. It's about size necessarily, the sword.
It's also a weird word to say.
No, it's not. It's sword. We went through this before. It's not sword. It came up. It came up. It's not sword, S-O-R-D. It's sword.
I know how you spell it.
I know you do, but you got to say it the right way. It's sword.
Like He-Man had a sword.
No, he had a sword. It's a sword, dude. The W is not silent.
From Thundercat, he had a sword. Sword.
Yeah, I always say sword.
You're saying sword.
I've always said that. So I'm going to stick with that.
All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. More of your calls when we get back. Sports Talk here on the Midday Show, 888-808-1009. We'll get to the Jets coming up at 11. Yankee calls baseball free agency as well. Sports Talk on the Fan, presented by Paramount Plus. Can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. Make the right choice. Don't drive impaired.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The Jets visit the Patriots tonight. Could this be a classic trap game for New England? Doubtful, folks. Mike Vrabel has kept his team focused throughout the current 7-game winning streak. Drake May is enjoying an MVP-type season. Meantime, can Justin Fields produce in the passing game when the Pats defense takes away Breece Hall? Also doubtful. Patriots cruise 27-10. Enjoy the game. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Your favorite neighborhood spots run unsquare. You know the ones. Maybe it's the popular shop that just opened a new location by you, or the big sports bar that's always packed on game day. These places make the neighborhood, and the money spent there stays in your community. Square powers more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide. To learn more, go to square.com, or just stop by your favorite local business. See you in the neighborhood. Square.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Want the best deal on Bridgestone winter tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get Bridgestone tires at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, you get more free services than anywhere else. When you combine Town Fair's guaranteed lowest price with the most free services, you get the guaranteed best deals anywhere on your Bridgestone winter tires. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And you know we mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire. We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Well, Glide Step Skechers slip-ins has got it, and you need it. Just step in. No hands necessary. And instantly your shoes are on. No bending down, no touching. It takes putting on your shoes to a new level of convenience. Whether you're running errands, walking the dog, or on your feet all day at work, Glide Step keeps you comfortable from morning to night, all with the ease of slip-ins. Plus, Glide Step Skechers slip-ins are available in styles for men, women, and kids. From casual to athletic to work footwear, even sandals. So you can get the comfort of Glide Step anywhere, anytime. Put some major spring in your step with Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Macy's Veterans Day sale is one of your best chances to save big on furniture and mattresses. That's because you'll find great deals on our best sellers, like our exclusive Radley 5-piece sectional, delivered to any room in your home with white glove delivery for $25.98. And so many top brand mattresses at 20 to 60% off. Plus, an extra 20% off closeouts. So come in, try it all out, and get an incredible deal today at Macy's Veterans Day sale. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
Alrighty, folks, for weeks now, you've heard me speak about my new favorite water, Elevate Hydrogen-Infused Superwater. But did you know that Elevate isn't just the cleanest, most advanced water on the planet? Its potential benefits are actually backed by over 1,600 plus scientific studies. And just speaking for myself, I do feel quite amazing when I'm drinking it. So the question is, where can you pick up your Elevate? Well, if you do live in the 5 boroughs, why not stop by your local Walgreens or Duane Reade? And if you're not local, check out Elevate at Amazon for complimentary shipping. Drink Elevate, as I do.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, The Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT now back on The Fan, a jam-packed show today, a lot to get in. I'm taking notes. I want to make sure I get to some of these little things here. By the way, before we get back to the calls, you were incorrect. It has been confirmed it's Sword.
Well, in the United States, that's the general usage. But when you cross the pond and you get to other parts,
where are we?
I don't know.
Dove came in during the break to break it to you.
Yeah, I know.
And goes,
Sword.
it's one more time, Dove.
Sword.
And BT goes, yeah, but in Europe or across the ocean, we're in the U.S.
I know we are. That's my way of saying, maybe I was a little bit off on that.
Let me ask you a question. We go to outer space. Is it sword or sword?
Yeah, I mean, what's the difference?
I've always said, I'm going to keep saying sword, by the way. I don't know why.
You go ahead and do that.
You're not the only one that I've heard say it.
Definitely not. Well, because, listen, there's a lot of ancestors, a lot of heritage from Europe, and it's been passed down. So there's still some people stateside whose, great grandparents in Europe were saying sword.
How does your father say it?
I don't think I've ever heard him say the word sword.
I can guarantee he says sword.
You're right. He definitely, he would say sword, true. And I'm sure my mom would as well. But, yeah, I don't know why I'm churching it up. Like, I always just said sword.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want to be the intellectual?
I want to be what?
He says sword often.
Yeah.
I know it's come up before.
I don't remember that. I'm not saying I'm not. You want to be the
the intellect?
Yes, exactly.
Well, if anything, I sound like a complete opposite. I sound like a bozo right now saying a one-syllable word wrong.
That's what makes it.
What an intellect.
That's what makes it funny. Liam is calling from Yorktown. What's up, Liam?
Hey, yeah, I actually called about the sword thing. I only called because I studied a little dialect and speech at NYU, so I called my professor, asked him up real quick. I'm not calling to make fun of you, but people are going to think you're in like a Shakespeare play or something if you go around saying sword.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, listen, I read, Macbeth and Othello and some other things in high school.
Those?
I had to. I didn't want to. They stuffed it down my throat at Xavier.
Yeah.
Trust me. I read it kicking and screaming. And maybe that's the origin of my pronunciation. Just because I was introduced to some high-quality literature early, I shouldn't be penalized for it.
Okay, so the first thing I think of when I hear somebody reference Shakespeare or all that stuff, I think of Billy Madison and Adam Sandler at the end.
Yeah.
In the when
he's trying to pass it.
the academic Olympic there. Yeah. To die, to sleep, no more. That's what I think of the Sandman doing it, not Macbeth and swords.
I didn't.
Green jacket, gold
I couldn't
jacket.
stand that stuff.
All right, back to the Yankee stuff. Sam is calling from Rockland. What's up, Sam?
Sammy boy.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. So about the Yankees trade, is there any chance they try to package Jazz Chisholm, maybe Jones or Dominguez, and maybe like Heel or Warren for Ketel Marte?
For Marte? That strikes me as a lot.
That's where you get your leadoff hitter.
No, I know. Listen, Marte's a stud. I think that's a little bit much for Marte, who's in his 30s already. Listen, here's what I will tell you about Jazz, and I got this directly from the Yankees. Don't expect them resigning him.
Well, and you saw it yesterday with Cashman saying that they didn't have any talks yet about extending him.
And I don't think that they will. Unless he wants to stay for 70 cents on the dollar, they are not going to commit long-term to Jazz, and they shouldn't.
Ketel Marte is
32, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. So he'll be. This is his 32 season.
Yeah.
He's a career 281 hitter.
It's nice.
Yeah, you take that. He's got 28 homers, 72 ribbies.
It's the OPS. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Low eights?
893 last year.
High eights. Wow.
932 the year before. 844 the year before. I mean, he's good. Obviously, he's a good player.
Very good. Doesn't strike out a ton.
Well, so then, there you go. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. We have not. I know who he is. Obviously, I know he's good. Sure. I don't watch him all the time.
I see him against the Mets. That's pretty much it.
Is he going to fit in and just be the leadoff hitter in this lineup? I mean, that's something I would look through. His contract status, he signed through 2030, 6 years, $105 million. Man, you're going to have to give up a lot to get him because he's a good player who's cheap.
Yeah.
Could you play him at short? I know he's primarily at second. I'm trying to think of the last time he played short here.
Boy, I know we're juggling a few things here. He is locked up more than I thought. The number goes from 15 this year and then oddly down to 12 next year and then back up to the 20. So
he can't play short.
It's strange. He's not a shortstop, no.
Yeah.
Think about what the first package was. It was Jazz. It was Heel. It was Will Warren, who I like a lot. I think Will Warren's got a chance to be very good. And in terms of strikeouts, he stacked up very well against rookies in a lot of categories. And I think he even said Dominguez or Jones. Don't you think that's a lot?
Yes, I do.
It's a lot.
Well, but he is under control for a while. I don't think you'd have to give up all of that. You're going to have to give up something to get him, though. It's going to be a package that's not going to make you feel good. You're going to have to give up a little. Now, I would rather go all in and give up that package for either a top-end starter, which the Yankees don't need, or Quan. I'd rather put the emphasis on getting Quan. I just think he fits perfectly.
He does.
I wanted him last year. He's an excellent contact hitter, perfect leadoff hitter, and you put him in left field, you get gold glove defense. You're not getting that with Marte. So you'd have to figure out where to put him. He's a second baseman. Then what do you do with Jazz? You going to put Jazz back to third again?
Could you put Jazz in the outfield if you lost somebody? I mean, he played some center.
I know, but again, now we're moving pieces around.
I know.
I don't think you could have Jazz and Marte, and I don't think that the Diamondbacks. Why would the Diamondbacks want Jazz?
Yeah, unless they want to shed some salary.
2 more years this year and next, Jazz?
Jazz might be up after this year, but if not, it certainly doesn't go past next year.
Right.
He's not, knows no way it's beyond 2027.
I would think if the Diamondbacks are going to move him, which they said that they'd be open to doing, which is why this leads to the conversation, it's going to take a haul to get him. I'm not sure exactly all of that. Go ahead, Hoff. You had something here?
Yeah, I do, because there is an issue with Ketel Marte.
What?
Takes too many days off.
Why? Is that a thing?
That was a thing. That they came in August where he was taking too many days off, and he's like, I can't control. I always want to play and support the team, but I can't control when they give me days off. Some nonsense like that. So there was issues last season with his days off. Maybe he's not so much of a team player.
Wait, that they were giving him days off, or he was asking for days off? There's a big difference.
Well, the reports were the media was coming out saying that he was asking for days off, or he was taking too many days off. They were giving him a lot of days off.
Even if it was the Arizona Diamondbacks saying we're going to give you time off, talk your way in the lineup.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't, in the last 4 years, 137 games, that's good. Then 150, then 136, then 126. Yeah, I don't love you missing 30-ish games when you're in your late 20s, early 30s. That seems a little bit much for me.
Give me Quan. I mean, if you're going to make a trade like that, you're not going to be able to do both. Why wouldn't you just go all in on Quan? He's the guy. You get him, and then you lock him up long-term when you have to. Quan is 28. He is an elite defensive player, 4-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time All-Star. He's a plug-and-play leadoff hitter. You put him in leadoff. You finally have a guy you don't have to worry about moving around. He's a left fielder, a Gold Glove left fielder, and you have him in the leadoff spot. That's it. Pencil him in every day. When was the last time the Yankees had a real leadoff hitter?
Was it Nobby? I mean, was it Jeter at the end? I mean, think about the revolving door. I'm going to geek out for a sec just to back this up because you're right. So his feel, I'm on Savant right now.
Jazz, by the way, under control for just this season.
Okay, so it is one. Okay, thank you. So his fielding range, outs above replacement, 90 percentile. This is Stephen Kwan. Yeah. Arm value, 100 percentile. And then sprint speed, right around the 50-ish. But he is an elite left. And we already knew that, but I just wanted to give you the numbers to back that up. He is a stud on defense. And he's a leadoff man.
In 625 at-bats, he struck out 60 times.
That's incredible.
Yes, it's the perfect fit.
That's low.
It's exactly what the Yankees need.
Oh, you were saying that last year.
Yes, career 281 hitter. All right, on base 351, OPS 741. That's fine, but he's... Oh, my God, in a postseason spot, put the bat on the ball, get on in front of the big guys, and, by the way, play an elite level Gold Glove left field. He could steal 20 bases. He could hit with a little bit of pop. Maybe in Yankee Stadium, he hits 15 homers. He's had 14 and then 11 the last couple of years. You won't even worry about that. You worry about the batting average. Hit 280, get on base, play Gold Glove level defense. He's the perfect fit and not strike out.
Yeah, no, that's very appealing to me, putting the bat on the ball. I mean, think about how many, I really can't quantify this, but it's something to think about. Outside of Jose Ramirez, who was a beast, I mean, they don't really have a ton of offensive weapons around him. So if he's batting first, and you've got Judge coming up, and you've got Bellinger coming up, and you've got Ben Rice coming up, he's getting pitches to hit.
And that's exactly the lineup that I would go. Now, who knows what Booney and the analytics and the
they pushed back on that again yesterday.
The DON, the Yankee Department of Nerds, what they're going to have in there.
Did you see that? They pushed back again on that.
I saw.
Well, he was Boone's been doing it for a while, and Cashman joined the party yesterday.
Boone did it again when he was on with John Boy.
I heard that. I actually saw that.
Yeah,
he did that.
Yeah,
they're on a mission to dispel that.
Well.
Now,
then dispel it, and here's how you do it. You leave the lineup alone. Common sense. I could tell you, Quan, Judge, Bellinger, boom, done. And you obviously have a righty there. Now, if they keep Stanton, maybe he would back up Bellinger in that order. I'm not sure exactly beyond that, but for the top of the order, find me a better trio and balance with Quan and what he brings, Judge behind him, and Bellinger behind him.
I mean, that's terrific. And by the way, about the analytics here, just win. I mean, if you win a championship, nobody's going to dive into that. When you don't win, and as long as when you're the Yankees, and you haven't won since 2009, people look for reasons and context as to why. So whether the analytics has been hijacked or overstated, it almost doesn't. But whatever they're doing hasn't been enough.
Right.
Do more.
Right. You don't have to explain to us what you're doing, what you're not doing. We don't care.
Do something different.
We care about the results. John is calling from Huntington. What's up, John?
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. Big fans. You touched on, I want to talk about the Yankees. You touched on the big moves, but I had some smaller moves that I think could round out the roster and really make the team strong. So obviously, Bellinger and Quan, we've discussed. I would bring back Rosario because the Yankees are very lefty-handed, and they got a lot of holes, and I think they need to create competition and platoons. I'd also like Hae-Sung Kim. He's a contact guy. He's 2 years removed from a great season. He won the Super Utility Gold Glove. He's got a lot of flexibility. And then you trust Cashman to build the bullpen. And then two other things. I would start, not for long term this season, but just start getting Judge some reps at first base And then if you really want to make a splash signing, I'd bring back Michael King. I just want to see what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty good suggestions. I don't know that they would do all of them. Listen, the one thing, I'm fine with Rosario coming back here, Rosario, in limited spot. Like, one of the things the Yankees got away from, think about when they were winning all the championships. Now, a lot of it was because they had the high-level talent, and they were just bludgeoning people. But you always had somebody coming off the bench, whether it was Chili Davis or Ruben Sierra. They had established veterans, right, Sal? You look at, now last year they finally said, all right, we got to do this a little differently and have some better options off the bench. And Rosario was one of them. But before they kind of pivoted and changed direction on that last year, their bench pieces were absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I'm
for
okay.
years.
But I like the idea of it's not just, we'll go get this big name and go get that big name. No, try to build a team.
Yep.
Contact players, guys that can run, guys that can defend. Now, as far as Michael King, I understand the appeal, especially from the Yankees, because he was your own and you had to trade him and now he's available. I don't trust King's ability to stay healthy, and I also and I know he's been very good. I would not invest in him. He comes up all the time when we talk about him on Baseball Night in New York with the Mets in their rotation.
Yep.
If I'm investing in a starting pitcher, Michael King will not be the one for me.
Yeah, he's a tough one. He, to me, is almost like a guy that you roll the dice on if you're a mid-market and you're trying to maybe find an ace for a little bit of a cheaper amount, or you're a big market and you don't need him to be an ace, which the Yankees wouldn't.
Correct. The different story with the Yankees.
Yeah.
There's history there. Obviously, they know him as well as anybody, and they don't need him to be a reliable top guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what he's going to get, but he's going to get paid. He's a starting pitcher with good potential. I just would not take that. If the Mets had 2 pitchers to sign or 2 pitchers to acquire this offseason, Michael King, to me, would not be one of them.
Yeah, I could see why you would be reluctant from the Mets' point of view. Now, you throw him, say, in Boston behind a Crochet or something like that, or one of these teams. Of course, I'd take him back on the Yankees, but he just hasn't pitched much, which is why he's very intriguing. I mean, the innings limit is a thing. So in 2023, he threw 104 innings, and then in 2024, he had a big year, as we know, to over 200 strikeouts, 170 innings. Last year, 73.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not enough work.
He's had one good year.
He's had one full season.
Yeah. And he was good at the Yankees bullpen.
Oh, for sure.
But
his stuff is really good.
Understood. I'm not paying him big money off of that. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. We come back. We'll continue with the calls on the baseball stuff. Also working the Jets. Big game tonight, Thursday Night Football. Jets and Patriots.
It's Evan and Tiki. Afternoons on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Quote, we spoke about the direction of our franchise on the field, and we have decided that at this time, it is in our best interest to make a change at the head coaching position, President John Mara and Chairman Steve Tisch said in a joint statement.
Listen to Evan and Tiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Quality is very important here at the North Pole. You see, I checked my list once, twice. All done.
Well, Santa, quality's important to us at Nissan, too. We actually test every model thousands of times. There's the frame twist test, shaker test, corrosion test, drive load test, tug-of-war test, towing test, off-roading test, practical strength test, splash test, corrugated road test, chassis dynamics test, water intrusion test, extreme heat test, extreme cold test, rough road test, jump test, curb impact test. And physical parts tests.
Save on J.D. Power's #1 mainstream brand in new vehicle quality at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Rogue Platinum, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 12/1/25.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera. Grew up in the Bronx. Made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. When one hospital, Montefiore Einstein, get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Right. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
they give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
The story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera. You lived it.
Everyone loves a comeback. Montefiore Einstein, national leader in transplant.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together. And starting now, we're offering listeners early access to our best deal of the year during our $9 tape sale. 1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format.
With the holidays approaching, don't wait. Simply fill your Legacy Box. We'll take care of the rest.
It's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season, and the perfect time during our best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/value to get early access to our Black Friday sale and digitize your memories for only $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/value. legacybox.com/value.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
We're brought to you by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results. Visit chefiq.com. Jets and Patriots kick off Week 11 in the NFL tonight up in Foxborough, and Jets head coach Aaron Glenn knows they got their hands full with young quarterback Drake May.
You could tell that Josh McDaniels done a really good job with this quarterback. Again, big, physical, athletic, can make all the throws, and everything revolves around how he operates.
That game after 8 o'clock tonight. Meantime, Sunday, the Giants will be home for the Packers. The Knicks lost to the Magic 124-107. First home loss of the season. They also lost late in that game Jalen Brunson to an ankle injury. He had scored 31 points. Franz Wagner had 28 for Orlando, who also lost a player, and Paolo Banchero suffered a groin injury. The Rangers beat the Lightning 7-3. Igor Shesterkin with 33 saves. Will Cooley and Vincent Trocheck 2 goals apiece. The Devils got a big night from Simon Nemec, who had the hat trick, including the game winner. New Jersey wins in Chicago in overtime 4-3. Tonight, the Islanders skate in Vegas. This report brought to you by Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence at Audi Manhattan. Experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit the Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. Also brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Current temperature brought to you by Approved Oil. Visit freezetherate.com. Approved Oil has been the leading heating oil dealer in New York for over 90 years. With today's low rates, now is the time to lock in for this upcoming winter before the cold weather drives prices up. Lock in a low rate and enjoy a worry-free winter with Approved Oil. Visit freezetherate.com. It's 50 in Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco on WFAN, now streaming our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The BT and Tal Show on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. Giants will play Sunday. You got Jameis Winston, who's going to be the starting quarterback. That does nothing for me. I know everybody seems to be excited around here about watching Jameis Winston play. Woof. Kafka is going to be the head coach, the interim head coach. So a new-look Giants team Sunday against the Packers. As for the Jets, BT, where are you at heading into this matchup Thursday night football in New England?
I'm really curious how they're going to look here. Within the boundaries of being realistic in terms of what the season's going to provide the rest of the way, because they're very thin. No Garrett Wilson, made the trades. We all know that. I think it's a bit of a measuring stick game in terms of the competitiveness of the Jets here and like what the Jets do well and what they'll try to do well. The Pats are very good at stopping. Patriots have the number one rush defense in the NFL, but they give up below 80 yards a game, 79.2. And we know Justin Fields can't throw it all. So the Jets are going to try to run. Can they, can you get a little push up front? Can you make it a fourth quarter game? Or do you go up there and get blitzed like you usually do and lose 40-10? I don't really know what to expect. I know that Drake May is very good. I know that Vrabel's really good. I've seen some recent energy with the Jets that is exciting. And even if this is going to sound like a loser statement, but this is where they are. If they lose a tight competitive game tonight on the road up there, I walk away saying, all right, keep this thing moving. I'm not going to be proud of that, but that's kind of where I'm at. And that's what I'm looking for.
I think this is a pretty simple math equation here. the Patriots are one of the best teams in the NFL.
Well, they are. They're good. They're good.
I didn't think we would get here, but here we are. They are, the Patriots, one of the best teams in the NFL. The Jets are one of the worst teams in the NFL. Now, I'm with you that they don't have to win this game to be... I would be impressed if they kept it close. I think the idea, and you're starting to get that sense from some Jet fans, the idea that this could be a competitive football game, I'd like to know... I'd like to know what people are basing that off of. They shouldn't have beat the Bengals, and they were fortunate that they did. And I'm not taking a win away, but that to me spoke volumes about where the Bengals are at and not the Jets. And I was happy the Jets got the win. You watch the game against the Browns, the Jets threw for a total of, 54 yards. All of them came on one play to Breece Hall. They won because of special teams, and the Browns did everything they could to give that game away. That, to me, does not elevate where the Jets are at, that I have some kind of belief or momentum going into a team that could compete against one of the best in the NFL. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. It's a mismatch. It should be. The Patriots are ready to win now with Drake May. They got their head coach in Vrabel. This team is obviously playing very well. And the Jets are in their infancy stages of building this thing up.
Correct.
It should be a bloodbath. It's a what? 2 touchdown spread?
It's 12.5. And if anything, it's probably going to go to 13, not down. I don't think you get late Jets money shifting this thing down a half a point. Yeah, listen, I get it. I'm kind of trying to... I'm looking at it two ways. Like, logically, I think the Jets will probably get squashed, okay? But I'm also, a little piece of me suspending the reality of, all right, well, little snippets of the last 2 games here, special teams, and Drake May could make some mistakes. He's thrown a few picks, and he's put a few on the turf, and the Jets' pass rush was pretty good last game. Again, not to win, but just
but if they play
compete, I would be impressed if the Jets have a chance to win in the fourth quarter.
I would be impressed if they kept it. I would be impressed if they kept it close. We've seen bad teams keep games close before. Let's see it. Are we truly seeing improvement? Play a disciplined, sound football game. Run the football well. Now, it's not going to be easy against their run defense, but still, that's what the Jets do. Run the football well. Figure out how to make some plays in the air if you have to. I mean, is it too much to ask for the Jets to complete a pass or 2?
No, they're going to do nothing in the air tonight.
But then that's a problem. And that's why I think that the idea, could it happen? Sure, anything could happen. Based on what I've seen from Aaron Glenn and his Jets, I think they're going to get murdered tonight. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. I would hold my head high if I'm a Jet fan tomorrow morning if this team fights and plays clean, fundamentally sound football and doesn't embarrass themselves tonight in New England. I would be proud of that.
It's amazing that the bar is that low, but for year one, I think this is the realistic place that you got to go into the game. How could the Jets score points? Well, they're not throwing the ball, as you just said. Even if you have Garrett Wilson, which you don't, I mean, Justin Fields just doesn't throw the ball well. So they're not going to do it in the air. The Pats have the number 1 run defense, as we just said.
Yeah, the Jets can be able to stop Travion Henderson.
I think he's hurt. I'm not even sure if he's...
Ramondre Stevenson is hurt.
Yeah,
Henderson's a rookie who...
That's right, my bad. And one of their receivers is out, too. So, but also the Jets' second corner is out. I don't know, unless it's, a quick, a fumble, a pick six, or which they never get, or a punt return or something like that. Like, the Jets are... The only way they compete is if it's very low scoring.
That's kind of the point here. I just get the sense that there's a thought of, well, the Jets have won 2 in a row, and they're fighting, they're building this thing. I don't see that we're anywhere close to that yet. It was great to get a win. Better to have 2 wins, but if you actually watch how they got it, I know that you did, we watched the games, and you take all that into account, there's nothing that the Jets do well that would give me, or well enough, that would give me a reason to say, you know what? Maybe they can hang in there tonight and make this a fight. Is the special teams really going to carry them again? I mean, maybe they're going to have to. Is the defense going to be lights out or at least slow down New England? They're going to have to, because we know what the offense is. So based on the way that they won the Bengals game, if I think that's more about the Bengals, and the same thing about the Browns, you're getting a whole nother world tonight with the Patriots.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they can keep it close. It means that I don't believe there's any chance in hell that they will keep it close. I think this is a total squash game tonight.
It's a little bit, again, I don't want to overstate this, a little bit of a referendum on, what the Aaron Glenn era could turn into. Again, that's why, you muck it up, you keep it low scoring. You
run the football.
Play some clean ball. Yeah, hit some field goals when you get them.
Yeah.
Punt them inside the 15 because you're going to be punting a lot. Field position. Just give yourself a chance to not get smoked here because, it's funny. This could go one of two ways. So, again, they're not going to win tonight. But if the Jets were to play a very competitive game, or let's say the Jets get rocked tonight, and then they're in Baltimore next week there against the Ravens team that's getting right. Lamar's back. They're probably going to get rocked there as well. No Garrett Wilson, probably out for 3 to 4 weeks thanks to Rich Samini. Yeah. We found that, not Aaron. So they very well could lose these next two games by a combined score of, I'm just throwing something out, 60-20. It could be gross, right? And if that happens, well, now it definitely dilutes the enthusiasm for what's happened the last couple of weeks. However, if they play competitively tonight and they hang around against Baltimore, well, now you got the Falcons at home. Now you got Miami at home. You got the Saints on the back end. It's still very much up in the air how what type of positivity we finish this season with. It's either going to be fairly positive, like, oh, okay, I can see the remnants of what Glenn's trying to do, and here we go, phase one, okay, or, they're nowhere near being competitive. We'll see.
I don't believe any harm could come from tonight. I'm not expecting anything from them. If the Jets get smoked tonight, I'm not going to come on tomorrow and laugh at them and make fun of them. That's where they're at. I think it's laughable to think that they are at a point where we could take them seriously in a matchup like this. Now, that being said, there could be a lot of good that could be done. Because of the way that I look at this matchup, because of the way the point spread says, and because of where the Patriots are versus where the Jets are, good can come of this. If they play well and they hang in there and have a chance to win or keep it close, there are elements that maybe you could say, well, you know what? Aaron Glenn, he's on the right track here. They won 2 games in a row. They fought hard against the Patriots team, just didn't have enough talent to match. So a lot of good could come of it. I just don't expect it. I don't think we're anywhere close to where the Jets need to be to really compete against a team that they're going to see tonight with the New England Patriots.
We're not. They don't have a quarterback, and they don't have any receivers to scare you. I would say this, too, before we get back. Yankee calls, Jet fans jump in. We'll get to the Knicks a little bit later. BT and Sal here on The Fan. Tonight, here's what I want to see happen. I want to see Aaron and the OC empty the tank. Give me a trick play. Be uber aggressive. And listen, I don't mean just like at midfield on 4th and 1. You know what? You're at your own 38. You're at your own 39. 4th and 1, 4th and short. Go for it. Give me a fake punt. Throw a couple downfield. Even if you can't complete it, maybe you get a flag. And then maybe you stumble upon a lucky touchdown. I want to see, because again, man for man, the Jets should get punked and destroyed tonight. I want to see a mindset of a team that really on paper has no chance to win, but actually does things to try to narrow the odds and give themselves a chance to win. Just go for it. You're supposed to get crushed.
BT and Sal on The Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We'll get back to the baseball calls here. Jose is in the Bronx. What's up, Jose?
Hey, BT. Hey, Sal. How you guys doing?
Good.
What's up, bud?
Listen, I just wanted to touch on, I was listening to you guys were talking about Marte. What happened last year with him was he had lost someone that was really close to him. I want to say the mother or maybe the grandmother. So he went through that period. And then he also had another incident where I think a fan it had to be an opposing team, who really got into him with about that.
It was.
So I remember that manager specifically coming out to TV and say, listen, we're all here for him. Mm-hmm. He's just going through a tough time with that. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about that.
I remember
also,
it.
I'm a Met guy.
Yep.
I'll take Ketel Marte on my team any day of the week.
He's a good player, Jose. He can ball. He can ball. Good call. He can ball. And yes, that did happen. I forget who it was against. I remember he was actually reduced to tears. That was the lowest common denominator of society. That was unfortunate. And I felt very badly for him. But, there was also evidence the previous years he wasn't a 150-plus game guy. If that was just it. Now, Hop, do you have some of the details here? Did you pull that up?
It says it was a White Sox fan back in June.
Well, you were the one, Hop, that was getting on him for not playing. You said
I remember that
you
was a huge deal.
Or?
No, because here's the thing is, this happened in June. This was going on in August that the media was on them saying he's taking too much time off.
Right.
So, they're not for nothing. I'm not trying to say that he may have had more difficult time with than other people did with this. I think it was his mother that passed away. You know, I feel bad for him. That's terrible. But I mean, you're talking about June. People go back to work. Like, some people handle things differently. Yep. And if the media is coming out saying in August that there is a problem, that he's taking too many days off, that's not me. That's not a fan.
Yeah, and you're just saying that you would not have interest in a player like that.
If there's an issue going on, I would be concerned about making a trade for somebody who is not fully there.
Look, you're entitled to your opinion. Yes. I mean, I also have beliefs about how you handle things. I mean, we all go through difficult things in life. I'm of the belief you have a job to do. You got to go do the job. That's just how I was raised. But that doesn't mean that it's right for everybody.
I would have no hesitation bringing this guy in.
Yeah.
None. Not based on that stuff.
I would not have an issue with. Now, I need to look into more of why it's going on. I would have more of an issue of where he's at, age-wise, what I'm looking at defensively, how he's going to fit, what you'd have to give up because he's under contract for a while. But yeah, I mean, you look at his numbers. What team wouldn't want to use those numbers and plug him in? So certainly at second base for the Mets, the Mets don't have a second baseman, or at least not in my opinion.
The one thing, and I'm not saying that he's doing the same.
Yankees don't need him because he's just not a fit for the Yankees. Unless they get rid of Jazz.
I'm not telling you that he's Ben Simmons-like. Right. But, I mean, that is a Ben Simmons aspect of it. A lot of times he didn't want to play.
I know, but he's played. But Marte has played from 2018. He's played 153, 144. Forget the pandemic year. The year after he played 90 games in 2021, so I'm assuming he was hurt that year. 137, 150, 136, 126 the last two years. 136 and 126, is that enough for you, BT?
126 a little bit light there when it's 162 games. No, I mean, but Hoff, I need some clarity here. I mean, I want to make sure we're being fair to him. I'm
not being unfair to him. I'm just saying that this is the reports that came out about the media saying that he's taking too many days off. I understand. I'm being fair. He had a death in the family. That is true.
How long did he take off for that?
Not long, but we're talking about 2 months went by and he was taking a lot of days off.
But was this the Arizona media? Because I mean, I assume it was. Yeah. That's where he plays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are we sure he wasn't hurt? I mean, let me ask you. This is why I'm going to have to do some. I need some clarity on this because, was he going to the ballpark and saying, "Guys, I just can't play because I'm in a mental"? Which, again, you grieve how you grieve.
Yeah, but if that happens, then you got to give him a little bit of a break.
You got to give a little bit of a break, or was it because he's a dog? I mean, I never looked at Marte as a dog, a guy who just didn't want to play baseball. The guy was reduced to tears because some loser White Sox fans were saying reprehensibly heinous things about his mom who just died.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, now I found out the mom passed away back in 2017. But either way, it was bad.
So somebody brought that up again. I remember that
the mother
incident.
passed away in a car accident in 2017.
Horrific. But I remember that being an incident where the fan said something. I don't remember him taking days off specifically because of that.
I'm also not following him every day unless he's playing the Mets or the Yankees in interleague. But
let's do some math here. Facts are he's played 136 games and then 126 games the last 2 years. That's not what you want. But whatever the reasons are, now factor in the Diamondbacks are looking to trade him. That has been the most recent report.
Yeah.
I would just have to do my due diligence.
Me too.
Also, is he a good fit? The age, where are you playing him? I don't think he fits the Yankees. If they didn't have Jazz, it'd be a different story. Where's he going to play?
I would trade Jazz. I think Marte's better.
You'd rather trade Jazz?
Yeah. And bring in Marte? Yeah, I would.
Yep. I mean, you're gonna have to give up to get Marte.
Yeah, by the way, Jazz gotten hurt every year that he's been here as well. He's missed a little bit of time, too, and he's sloppy. I don't trust him. I mean, he's talented, but, I mean, come on. Think about the conversations we had about Jazz.
I'm not saying if I could do a one-for-one swap, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
There's other factors at play. What's it going to cost to get Marte? And then what are you getting back for Jazz who's only got 1 year of control?
Yes, and I would have to obviously look at those before I give you a definitive answer if I would do that trade or not. But in terms of hey, opening day, do you want Jazz at second or Marte? I'm taking Marte.
I agree, but it's not just as simple as that.
I know
obviously, he signed through Marte signed through 2030, 6 years, $105 million. So he signed through 2030 for a very good value. He's 32 years of age.
Would you say 6 years what? 6 years 105?
Yes.
Okay, 6 years 105. Keep going.
That's his current contract status if I'm reading this thing right here.
Yep. I looked at it before. I think that's right.
Yeah. So and then he's 32 years of age. But a player that has been that productive and is under control for a good cost, you're going to have to give up some good stuff, I would assume, to get him. we're not talking a Soto package here, or what it would take to get Skubal, but it's going to hurt you a little bit to get him.
Sure. You want to win.
Okay,
back to the thing. You want to give something up to get better? You got to have the conversation,
and then you got to give up Jazz. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting thought. I would rather have Marte than Jazz Chisholm.
Me too.
But I've watched Jazz every day. I mean, are there similar aspects to Marte's game that we're going to find out? Jazz, I didn't love the idea of when they got him because I heard some stuff. I think he's been a good energy guy.
He has been.
Different type of clubhouse guy, which the Yankees could have used. Yeah. Obviously productive when you look at the numbers, but I just don't think a winning ball player. Maybe Marte's different, maybe not. I mean, we'll see.
Well, I mean, think about
he was a MVP in the playoffs.
He was. He's good. So I look at Bichette. I mean, now Bichette's 28, and Bichette's going to probably get anywhere between 6, 7, 8 years and a ton of money.
More than Marte, certainly.
That's what I'm saying. Now to get Bichette. And I'm not saying for the Yankees, I'm just saying for whomever. You'd sign him. You wouldn't have to give up any players that you covet. To get Marte, you would. And you'd have to be able to swallow that and be okay with it. But are you telling me Bichette is that much better than Marte as a hitter? I don't think he is.
No, he's younger.
I know he's 4 years younger. I get it. But he's also going to make a lot more money.
Yeah.
He's not getting 6 years, 105. There's a good chance Bichette gets 6 years, 170.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Marte is versatile. He's your second baseman. So you tell me, who do you think you want to be your second baseman next year if you need a second baseman? Bo Bichette? Now, there are other factors than just pound-for-pound play. You're talking about the contract as you're bringing up, what you'd have to give to get somebody like Marte. I have no interest in Bo Bichette myself, because I think he's going to get overpaid, and I worry about a guy at that age who's not that good of a defender.
Terrible defender.
I just would not pay that much myself. I would not want Jazz on my team. Marte of those three would be the most appealing. Then it just comes into what would you give up to get him.
I agree.
I think he's a better fit for the Mets because Mets don't have a second baseman, and they need offense.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
But what are you giving up to get him?
I mean, would you give up?
Could you get him from Mauricio and Vientos, something like that?
I don't think that's due. You got to throw an arm in there. I mean, whomever.
All right, who? Tong?
I was going to say, whoever you view as the lower of the, I don't know, and it's not enough evidence to really have a definitive opinion. I think I like Sproat more than Tong, but that could obviously change when I watch him pitch more. Take the lesser of those, because obviously McClain's untouchable with that. Take the lesser of those two, and then maybe a Vientos, and it gets it done.
Yeah, but then,
or Mauricio.
Then you factor in, I'm not making any move until I figure out what the deal with Skubal or even Skeens is. Now, for the Yankees, do they need to do this? Are they going to move Jazz and then have a vacancy at second base where you could say, all right, let's go get Marte? Or would you rather go use your resources to get Quan, maybe get a shortstop, maybe get a third baseman? Like, to me, there are other pressing moves the Yankees need than upgrading at second base. I'm not opposed to it, and I think it's a good outside-the-box thought. I just don't know if they would realistically entertain it.
I'm just hoping that all these things are on the table. I don't want it to be as simple as, all right, let's bring back Bellinger. We got Garrett Cole coming back here. We'll see if Ben Rice can handle first base. We'll see what Volpe looks like when he gets back. And we hope that McMahon doesn't hit 215 with 200 whips. And, no, it's got to be a little bit out of the box, and it's got to be a little creative here. And whether it's Quan, whether it's Marte, do I think it happens? I don't know, but they should be discussing this stuff if you want to win a World Series.
More of the hot stove conversation when we come back. By the way, tomorrow at this time, we'll be giving away Giants-Packers tickets, so make sure you stay tuned for that tomorrow at this same exact time. 888-808-1019, BT and Sal on the Fan.
The Emirates NBA Cup is on WFAN.
In the lane, the lob for Clowney, trying to one-handed.
The Nets play the Magic. 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Gets it to go.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is the Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each and every week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown scorer bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last TD of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Boomer to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 46736.
1069.
I'm Colonel Callahan of the New Jersey State Police. If you're caught driving impaired, you'll face hefty fines, a suspended license, and maybe even jail time. Worse yet, you might cause a crash that could devastate someone's life. Be responsible. Don't drive impaired. We are all counting on you.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp data bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet. That's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video, chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
We're counting down to Black Friday savings. It's the countdown to Black Friday at Nielsen Dodge. Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. Your countdown to the hottest deals is on now.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We all know it's the biggest sale of the year, and Nielsen's going bigger than ever. You can count on zero down payment, plus up to $1,500 overbook value for your trade, and the credit help you need.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
The countdown is on. Don't miss out. At Nielsen,
Friday's in the driver's seat. Black Friday sales event.
With approval term 24 months to its signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819 at tax tag 498 dock and DMV fees.
Clouds with breaks of sun, a couple of sprinkles, high 54.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
This is Carrie Cooper. It was a small complex of bungalows in the LA neighborhood of Echo Park in the early 70s. The gigging and collaboration between Linda Ronstadt, Glenn Fry, and Jackson Brown was the beginning of Southern California rock. More at FocusOnRock.com.
Good Morning Football Overtime. It's all about the NFL because it's made by the NFL every weekday. The show dives into the top headlines, bringing you in-depth analysis, engaging discussions, and exclusive access to the players and coaches from the field to the front office. Plus, they sit down with some of the biggest names in entertainment and tackle the latest trends in pop culture in and around the world of football. So catch Jamie Erdahl, Manti Te'o, and Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football Overtime. Weekdays at 12 p.m. on My 9.
Football season is here, and just like winning teams, your engagement should be all about the best. So if you're ready to pop the big question this season, why not visit the experts at London Jewelers? With top-notch professionals and cutting-edge technology, London Jewelers can help you select or even design the absolute perfect ring. So whether you're starting over or starting new, let the professionals at London Jewelers be a part of your journey. Visit any one of their convenient 6 locations across New York and New Jersey. London Jewelers, serving you and your family since 1926.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Ricky and Sal back back on the Fan. We'll have Marlon Wayans coming up when we come back. We'll continue with the calls here with the free agency stuff. One quick note that I just saw, BT, before we get back to the calls. Red Sox apparently have interest, or reportedly have interest, in Devin Williams. Didn't seem like the Yanks are going to entertain bringing back Williams. Yesterday when Cashman spoke, he was speaking highly of Bednar, talking about how they already have a closer. So I'm sure Williams' market will take him elsewhere. Maybe even if his market was favorable, the Yankees probably just want to move on from Devin Williams.
I would move on. I still think the Red Sox are going to make a big play for Pete. I really do.
Yeah? I mean, how big a play?
Well, I mean, as big as anybody else is going to make for Pete here. I just think when you look at their lineup, I mean, think about how young they were against the Yankees. You throw him in the middle of the order 4 spot. I guess you could do 3 if you want to. With those dimensions in Fenway, I mean, Pete would blast that wall. He would crush it in Boston.
Yeah. No, I think he'd be a good Red Sox. I think he could be a good Philly. I'd just be curious to see what the offers are going to be for Pete. And if I'm the Mets, I would be proactive and not even let it get to that point. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. TC is calling from CT. What's up, TC?
Hey, guys. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Hell of a week of radio here with the firing of a Giants coach, and now you're right into the hot stove. A caller brought it up earlier. I think my number one guy is Michael King this year. When you think about Yankee pitchers, you think about guys like Gray, who couldn't cut it when he came into New York. We know Michael King can get it done in New York, and I think you put him in that rotation behind Cole and Fried. You have him. Look at the playoffs each and every year. We think about the depth of the pitching that these teams that continue to win have in October. If we can really bolster that pitching rotation down the stretch here, I think that gives the Yankees the best chance to win. I know they have
hold on a sec, buddy.
holes to fill.
You think that's their top priority? I mean, they got to get some sticks in here, some defense.
I would definitely, absolutely resign Cody Bellinger. If you want to put it in order, I would put that, bringing back Cody number one.
Which game of the postseason is Michael King starting?
Hopefully the one that Luis Heel did last year against Toronto.
Well, not even.
No, other than you're going to have, that's true, because you're going to have Cole back. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, now, you always have to plan for, and thank you for the call, TC. We appreciate you checking in. You always have to plan for injury, of course, but to go out there and spend on Michael King, I don't know what he's going to get. I'm assuming he's going to get a decent amount because teams need pitching, and he's not the higher end. So the teams that can't afford the higher end guys are going to be bidding for King. Where's he slotting in with the Yankees? Unless they trade Rodon. A caller brought that up before, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I don't know what the market would be like for him. I'm sure you could get good value back for Rodon and rid yourself of that contract. I'm not sure the Yankees want to do that. I would, because right now you'd be selling high on Rodon, a guy who could be such a, volatile component in that Yankee rotation.
Yeah.
Struggle in big spots, struggle in the postseason. He's a little bit of an enigma sometimes, a hothead. And now he was very good this year. I don't trust that he could do that again or that he will do that again. And even in the good year, I don't trust what he's doing in the postseason. You saw that. So if you could trade him now while he's still got some value, I would look to get out from under that contract. And you still have a nice solid rotation with Cole coming back, with Fried, with Schlittler, with Heel. And if you want to add somebody else, I'd be fine with that.
It's a lot of names, and not all of them can take the baseball every 5 days.
Schmidt,
now,
I didn't even mention
Clark Schmidt.
Yeah.
He's come back late. He'll be back August. I mean, listen, strength in numbers. We've seen this with the Dodgers. Dodgers got healthy late. Dodgers won the World Series. So, I mean, with Fried, with Cole, with Rodon, with Heel, with Will Warren, with Schmidt eventually back, and there's 1 or 2 players that the Yankees really like, and this is one thing that I kind of trust their assessments of their pitchers much more than their position players. So they seem to have a good grip on some young guys coming up. That's just a lot of names, man. Now, you want to tell me you want to trade a Rodon or a Warren or a Heel and then bring in a King? I'm open to it. I would like to save these names for a Skubal trade, or a Skeens trade.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. So the Yankees could move on from Rodon, and they could also go all in and replace Rodon in the rotation with Skubal. That's thinking big.
Would you do that for rental if you're the Yankees?
Yeah,
I know you don't want to do that with the Mets for McLean, right? So, but you're not giving up. You're not giving up Schlittler.
No,
let me clean that up.
Yeah.
So, would you give up? Would you give up Lombard?
Yeah.
For a rental?
I would. Yeah.
I'm not doing that for a rent. Not him.
Yeah.
The Jones, the Dominguez,
I'm
the
giving them
Warrens,
all.
the Heels. I'm going to hold on to Lombard for a rental. He's different.
If you could tell,
at least for me.
Yeah.
But you got to have an opinion of it. I don't know. He might be a 230 hitter when it's all said and done.
I heard Dominguez was different. As a matter of fact, he was so different that they nicknamed him The Martian.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Lombard's destined to fail. Everybody's different.
The Martian's so out of this world, he has no position. He can't play anywhere.
Yeah, but by the way, the way you make him seem like he hit 203 and had an OPS of 590.
Right.
Like, I don't think Dominguez is valueless. Right. I mean, now, I don't think he's going to play center for him.
Is he what they said he was going to be?
No. I've always shared that opinion.
When they say they, I don't mean the Yankees. I'm talking about everybody.
I'm talking about he is not. He was not the number one prospect in baseball like he was deemed by Medi. I don't know if he could play left field. I don't know if he can bat righty.
I heard the same crap about Beatty, about Alvarez. It's all these guys.
Maybe Benj this year if he gets a look in center field. I get it. Listen, I get it. All I'm saying is I differentiate between somebody who I think might be a little different. Doesn't mean I'm going to be right.
Right.
Like Spencer Jones is a strikeout machine. He played in college, so he's not a young kid. He's in his mid-20s. So he either pops this year or it's time to move on.
I don't know if there's a way you get Skubal without Lombard.
Yes, but I can't do it for a rental.
That's fair.
That's
You're
the
right.
one thing.
That's your opinion.
Not a
That's
rental.
fine. I'm saying I would do it because if I want to add Skubal to a rotation with Cole and Fried, now do I think it's a top priority? No, but I'm trying to win a World Series and compete with the Dodgers. Look at the names the Dodgers run out there, and then look at the names the Yankees could run out there if it meant Skubal, Fried, Cole. You're now on par, if not better, than the Dodgers, not to mention the other guys. Schlittler, you're not giving up either. He's the one guy I'm not giving up for Skubal. I would give up Lombard. If you had to give up one or the other, which one are you giving up?
I'd probably lean towards Lombard. Because I've already seen Schlittler do stuff.
You could make an argument for Schlittler, whatever. My point is you're probably going to have to give up one of those to get Skubal, I would assume.
I would agree with that.
Anyway, and then I would, it's going to take more than that as well. I would also go get Quan, and now I'd be loaded. I'm trying to load up the team here to go make a run at the Dodgers, go win a World Series. The bar has been raised. The Dodgers have raised the bar here. What they do works. Everybody can look at the lesser teams and say, oh, you don't need the high payroll, and look what all these teams do. It's a nice little story. The Dodgers have won back-to-back World Series by stockpiling star on top of star on top of star. How do they do that? They spend big. They trade their prospects. They replenish the farm system. Yeah. It's really not that hard of an example to follow. You just have to be as good and as smart as they are. And by the way, if you miss, which they have, it can't hurt you. Like Tanner Scott.
Yep.
The old Mets, if they make a miss on a guy like Tanner Scott, they're crippled. The new Mets, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be, well, if you committed to Diaz and he was no good, now what? Now what? You spend more. You move on and you spend more, like the Yankees used to do. When they missed on Pavano or Jacoby Ellsbury, or Sterling Hitchcock, the Yankees' greatest thing years ago, to me, the differentiator was because they could eat mistakes. Every team's going to make a mistake. The Yankees used to be able to eat mistakes more so than anybody else. And now they operate in a world where they're afraid to make mistakes.
I mean, we were begging them to get rid of Hicks and DJ, so it's changed. But I think the Yankees were also able to absorb these mistakes because they were just trotting out better players 1 through 9. You think about this, the lineups back in the day when they were champions, and not just 09, but obviously the bunch before that, they were just a better team. So, it wasn't as glaring if you miss on a guy. And it really started with Ellsbury where it started getting a little sloppy. They misread that, and they held on to him a little longer. Same with Pavano, who you mentioned. I don't know. I do think, listen, the Dodgers, I would love to see that kind of Hail Mary by both the Yanks and the Mets. The one thing, though, and the Dodgers do have this built-in advantage because it's not a lack of one. Yanks tried, Mets tried. I mean, if the Japanese players don't want to come here,
there's nothing you can do about it.
That's a massive advantage. I mean, the Dodgers are starting in midfield. We're starting at our own 20.
Understood. I understand. But on top of that, they still go out there and get star after star. You're right. I mean, that's been a big part of the problem. If Ohtani doesn't go to the Dodgers, I don't think everybody else follows. And that has been a big difference in why the Dodgers have been able to separate themselves. But instead of sitting here just being like, well.
Yeah, no. You got to try something.
Do something else. You can't just sit back and say, well, we can't get any Japanese players. We're screwed. You got to go hard after it. Hoff, you have something to say?
I do. It's this trick that I've learned. It's called defer a ton of money.
If the players don't want to do it.
Overspend. Say, listen, you may not want to defer it. I'm going to give you more money than you want.
But the Mets could do that without deferrals. And by the way, the Yankees should be able to do that as well.
I agree.
But they're not, though.
Soto doesn't want his money deferred. Would you? If you're Juan Soto or anybody else outside of Ohtani, you could. If you were telling me, Sal, you're going to make $40 million this year no matter what in endorsements, so I'm going to pay you $700 million, but I'm going to pay it to you in 30 years. I'd be like, Okay, because I'm making $40 million anyway. Most guys aren't. So if you're saying in a normal world where, okay, what's my salary? I want $40 million. That's what I'm worth this year. I want it now. I mean, maybe defer some of it, but ultimately I'm not worried about I might be dead in 30 years. Deferrals. I want it now.
Yeah, well, Sammy will be happy.
Yeah, I know.
Daddy leaving that nest egg. Listen, the Dodgers have created this economic model, and you give them credit. I mean, forward thinking, very innovative way to go about it. Doesn't mean the other teams can't start replicating what they created. Like, we'll give the Dodgers credit. You guys were the pioneers. I mean, well, the Mets really with the deferral, but the Dodgers took out.
Other teams have done this.
Yeah, but not to this extent.
Because
that kind of money.
Because the player allowed it.
For sure. And I said yesterday, I don't know, but I'm guessing $30, $40 million when you have that kind of coming in from money coming in from New Balance, and you're a global entity. Juan Soto's a great hitter, and he's got some deals, but. I mean, Ohtani sells around the world.
Also,
Juan Soto does not. Judge doesn't even sell around the world.
Do you think that if Ohtani went to the Mets or Yankees with that same deal and said, hey, I want to be here, and the Mets and Yankees were like, well, we'd love to have you, but we can't make you fit right now. How about deferrals? If he wanted to be here, he would do it. It's the same thing. Or if he went to them with that deal, of course they would sign up for the deferrals. It's all about the players' want. Ohtani wanted to go to the Dodgers. He made it work the way that he could, also to accommodate Yamamoto, who was right behind him.
Yeah.
At the time that Ohtani signed for that deal, I was like, okay, well, great. I mean, it sucks that he goes to the Dodgers and not one of the New York teams, but great. That takes them out of the mix for Yamamoto. Little did I know that they basically were paying Ohtani nothing, which means that they could go out there and then spend on Yamamoto. What's the deferrals on Yamamoto or Sasaki? What are the deferrals on that? Do we know that?
I don't know.
I don't think it's that
there are
significant.
any, actually.
So we're talking about deferrals. Everybody gets caught up on deferrals. It's about one guy.
Yeah, but it was just because it seemed so unfair coming off their success, and we hadn't seen it before. We weren't exposed to it. We were kind of caught off guard, like, wow, why do the Yankees not think about this? Well, because Hal's not a finance guy. He's a baseball guy, his baseball family. Now, Cohen, if I'm sitting down, and maybe he did this with Juan Soto with some other stuff. If I'm Cohen and I know the market the way I know it, you would think that deferrals would be, he'd bust that out of his back pocket, say, look what I'll do for you.
I'm sure.
Take the pace for the Dodgers. Start, try. Now, you can't force somebody to want to do it, but you present it and maybe somebody bites.
If you're Juan Soto, what's more attractive? $765 million over the course of the deal that you're signing up for, or $765 million down the road, or whatever the amount may be.
Well, but it's not $765 down the road because of the interest that you make. That's the whole appeal of the deferrals. They reinvest the money.
No, I'm talking about from Soto's perspective. From the player.
I think you meant for the team's perspective.
From the player perspective.
Well, the appeal is, I would say, the appeal is you allow.
Or even more. Would you rather have $800 million, but all of it deferred, or $765 million now? Or over the course of the
15-year deal. I'll take the 765 over 15.
But that's why most players would do that.
Yes, but I think the caveat here, and I think that this is part of the reason why. Now, twofold. I know we got to break. Ohtani, number one, the New Balance money, whatever. But also, by doing that, he allowed the Dodgers to go out and get all these other guys. Yeah. So I think part of the appeal from a player to defer is, well, all right, I'll defer the money. Now go out and do X, Y, and Z and make us a powerhouse.
But the point is, you need a willing participant. It was the perfect storm. The Dodgers had the star that wanted to go there and was also willing to defer all of his money for multiple reasons, including helping the team build a better ball club. And by the way, they've won 2 World Series since. BT and Sal and the fan will come back. Marlon Wayans interview on the other side.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
The Yankees have prioritized reuniting with Cody Bellinger. Still might have Trent Grisham on the books at $20.25 million if he accepts the qualifying offer, and he is not subsequently traded.
Stream Keith McPherson live or on demand with the Odyssey app, and podcast the show wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Eagles receiver A.J. Brown says winning isn't hiding the truth. The offense has real problems. After calling things a circus, Brown clarified he's not worried about stats, but about the team's lack of consistency. He said the Eagles can't keep relying on the defense to bail them out. Coach Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts insist it's no distraction, just a player demanding better, even in victory. I'm Maggie Gray.
Sports fans, listen up. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and bladder leaks can be a side effect. That's why Depend is teaming up with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to encourage screening, because health is a long game and it's yours to win. Now, here's the cool part. Through November, Depend is contributing up to $300,000 to prostate cancer research by donating 25 cents for every purchase of Depend shields, guards, and Real Fit products. Boyd in Mississippi? Learn more at depend.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. One legendary name, two exceptional destinations.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too, for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile. Thanks, Zoe.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
24-monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge credits. Ended balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This winter is shaping up to be a harsh, snowy season. So take control of the roads with a new set of Bridgestone Blizzak tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services with your purchase of Bridgestone Blizzak tires. For the guaranteed best deal on Bridgestone Blizzak tires with the most free services for life, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Quality is very important here at the North Pole. You see, I check my list once, twice. All done.
Well, Santa, quality's important to us at Nissan, too. We actually test every model thousands of times. There's the frame twist test, shaker test, corrosion test, drive load test, tug-of-war test, towing test, off-roading test, practical strength test, splash test, corrugated road test, chassis dynamics test, water intrusion test, extreme heat test, extreme cold test, rough road test, jump test, curb impact test. And physical parts tests.
Save on J.D. Power's #1 mainstream brand in new vehicle quality at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Rogue Platinum, 2025 Murano or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per 1,000 financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 12/1/25.
Head to SNY for all the latest offseason news and rumors.
A very busy and a very important offseason for the Mets.
With insider opinion.
What's your take on the deal?
And exclusive access.
Get it going here with Carlos Mendoza
on Mets Hot Stove, Wednesdays at 6:30, only on SNY.
Hey, it's Brian Balding here. Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. Makita tools at the Home Depot are built with precision. Without shortcuts, Makita delivers results that reward hard work. Year after year, designed for the toughest jobs. It's a choice for pros who invest in performance, not just tools. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Alrighty, folks, for weeks now, you've heard me speak about my new favorite water, Elevate Hydrogen-Infused Superwater. But did you know that Elevate isn't just the cleanest, most advanced water on the planet? Its potential benefits are actually backed by over 1,600 plus scientific studies. And just speaking for myself, I do feel quite amazing when I'm drinking it. So the question is, where can you pick up your Elevate? Well, if you do live in the 5 boroughs, why not stop by your local Walgreens or Duane Reade? And if you're not local, check out Elevate at Amazon for complimentary shipping. Drink Elevate, as I do.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
It is an honor to be welcomed in right now by Marlon Wayans, joining the show, BT. How about that little special treat? Marlon's got some stand-up shows going on here in New York. St. George Theater, Staten Island, New York. That's Saturday, November 15th, 8 p.m. Go to marlonwayans.com for tickets. Also, November 16th at the Ulster Performing Arts Center in Kingston, New York. How are things, Marlon? How you been doing?
Things are great, man. Working hard on the set of Scary Movie 6 right now. And comedy. Did the drama, now I'm back to comedy.
What made you get back into Scary Movie 6? I know it was a while that you've been out. Now you guys are back in. What's going on there?
Because I looked at the state of comedy and I looked at the state of movies and I was like, you know what? I looked at the state of the world and I'm like, you know what we all need? We all need to sit there and laugh. We need to laugh at each other. We need that in Living Color. We need that White Chicks. We need that Scary Movie. We need that big, crazy Wayans laugh, that equal opportunity offender where we all make fun of each other and laugh at each other like we used to do when we were kids. And let's take all the angst out the world with laughter, because laughter brings us together. So this movie is something for the generations. It's something for every race, and it's absolutely no holds barred hilarious.
I love it. I love that approach here. And I was going to ask you, you kind of beat me to it, though. You go back to the start of your career in the late 80s and obviously early 90s where you really popped within Living Color. The world is so... It's become a lot darker. I mean, is everybody, we are, I mean, you're talking to two guys who love to laugh and love comedy, but is the world as receptive to comedy the way they used to be?
Yes. You'll be surprised. That's why I do stand-up comedy, right? And I'm doing it this weekend at the in Staten Island. I think I'm at the St. George Theater. Yep. And then on Saturday, November 15th, and then November 16th, at the Ulster Performing Arts Center in Kingston, New York. That's why I do comedy, because people really love to laugh. You can say the things that you're thinking and people aren't offended as you would think. Cancel culture is something that really doesn't exist. The cancel culture happened because social media happened. Mm-hmm. And social media is controlled by other countries that hate the fact that look at how much harmony and corruption and nonsense started happening once social media came into our lives. Then all of a sudden we all got opinionated. Then we all started getting offended by things. And then they see that, and these are bots from other countries. These aren't even real people behind those X accounts and those other accounts saying that we're sensitive. No, that's Russia, China, other countries that hate the fact that we as Americans, as immigrants, all get along together, even though we talk stuff about each other. But we've learned to have harmony. And then the executives pick up that agenda, and then the media picks up that agenda, and then they form the executives, and the executives go, you can't say that joke. But in comedy, we've always been like, sure I can. Why do you think you can say that? Because I did it last weekend, and out of 1,500 people, 1,495 laughed.
Yeah.
Five people walked out.
Yeah.
That's a damn good laugh. That's a damn good joke. Those 5 people are sensitive as hell. They need to get their life changed. They should never go to a comedy show. Now, if I do a joke and 1,495 people walk out and 5 people are staying, well, you may want to tweak that joke, sir.
Amen, man. Well said. Well said.
So has anything changed in your eyes, Marlon, as far as how you perform comedy?
No. I won't change, because I know comedy comes back. You know, we kind of went through this same kind of recession in comedy in the world back in probably the 80s, because the 70s was so outlandish, and the 80s it kind of recessed and went back, and everybody started getting all politically correct. And then the 90s and Living Color came out, and Wayans Brothers and Don't Be a Menace, and we just brought comedy back. So over the past 15, 20 years, when Wayans just haven't done movies and they stopped doing comedies, I feel like people are thirsty and they want to laugh. And I'm not trying to give them a new laugh. I'm trying to give them the old laugh, because that old laugh has been here since I Love Lucy. That old laugh has been here since Laughing. Those old laughs, that's what I want. I want to tell the truth in a funny way and make people laugh.
Okay, so I'm with you, and it's funny. Whenever I was homesick from school when I was a kid, I would watch I Love Lucy with my mom, and The Price is Right. Yes. Great, awesome show, man. She was hysterical. Great. Desi was great rapport. Do you think a show like like something with Archie Bunker can fly today? You think that could actually go on a network and people would sign off on that in terms of decision makers, and people would laugh enough to keep it on for 5, 6, 7 years? You really think that?
Absolutely. absolutely think that it's necessary.
Oh, man.
That kind of show is necessary. You know how that kind of makes us all feel good, right? When we did, I think what was great about Archie Bunker was it did tackle race. You know, a lot of Norman Lear's shows tackle race. He was this Jewish man creating this show about, you know, this culture, about your next door neighbor, the guy you knew that you would talk to. I'm like, I know Archie Bunker. I had one right next door to me. His name was Mr. Gallagher. In my building, there was like 6 Archie Bunkers. And I love the fact that they can explore the truth about race. But at the end of the day, you're still a family. And it's okay to laugh at each other. Don Rickles was a hilarious comedian. A lot of his jokes, they would say were racist. I think if he cracked some of the funniest black jokes I ever heard, I was like, yo, that's true. And that's what I love. But I grew up in New York City, right?
Yeah.
What do? We sit on a block and we talk nonsense about each other, from our sneakers to our hair, to our feet, to our race, to our mothers and our daddies. We don't give a hell. And that's what, then the laughter is what bonds us. And, you know, the fight, sometimes you go a little too far, you punch in your mouth. Now you created boundaries. Great. Now this friendship can start. So I think a show like Archie Bunker is necessary. I want to create more shows like Archie Bunker. I want to do more movies like Scary Movie. And Scary Movie 6 has that spirit. And that's going to come out June 12th. And I think the world's going to be so happy because this is a laugh that we all need.
BT and Sal, the fan, we're talking about Marlon Wayans. Any jealousy amongst your brothers growing up? How'd that go? You guys ever get into like nasty fights with each other, trying to one-up each other? Who's going to be more famous, more money? Take me through a little behind the scenes with the Wayans brothers.
There's definitely jealousy. My brothers hate me because I was my mother's favorite, and they hate it. I'm sorry I was born on her birthday. I'm sorry I came last and closed the show. I'm sorry I'm the baby. I'm sorry I did good in school. I'm sorry I'm a great dramatic actor. I'm sorry I got the biggest meat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But no, it's friendly competition, man, with me and my brothers. I love my brothers to death. I live for them, and everything I do, I try and make them proud.
Your mom never admitted that, though, that you were number one, right? That's just in your own mind, or did she actually say it?
My mother was funny. She told every last single one of us that we were her favorite. And it wasn't until she died that we realized she lied to 9 other people, because I'm clearly her favorite.
Oh, man. All right. So Mark, that's great. Help us with this, man. So we're doing a show, obviously, sports, and to get ready for the show, watch the game, come up with angles that we think are interesting. What the hell are you doing over there, by the way?
Cold going on?
Blowing my nose.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a daughter, and you know these guys, they're like little outbreak monkeys.
That's true. If they're not sick, we're not sick. So
she came with some kind of sickle cell anemia or something that she just gave me. I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't know if that's transferable in the air, but it might be. All right, so we get ready for our show, watching games, and try to hit a creative angle to, like, you know, provoke thought and obviously be different and be fresh. How do you get ready for a set? What's your creative process? I'm always interested to hear that.
You know, I don't overthink it. I either have a drink or I'm a green tea, and I don't get all hyped up. I don't have a favorite song that I get all. I don't. I sit there and I talk until like 2-3 minutes before the show. I go out, I say a prayer, I grab my microphone, grab my tea, have me some water, grab my washcloth to wipe my forehead, and I just go out and I just go have fun. I don't put too much pressure on it, because what happens is, if you put the pressure on it, and here's the thing I always say, and this is crazy, before I go out, all my guys like, hey, man, have a great show. And I look at them and I turn back and I go, F these people. And the reason why I say that is not to say F the audience, because I love them. I'm glad they came out. But I say that to myself because I'm not going to let them be able to judge me for my truth. So I got to be fearless, and I can't be out there trying to appease them. Mm-hmm. I'm not there to dance and tap for you. No, that's a clown. Yeah. I'm not a clown. Yeah. I'm a comedian. And so I got to make me happy. I don't laugh at nothing. If I make me laugh on that stage, that's a funny joke. And every time I make me laugh, the audience dies, because they know, wow, you just said that? And I'm like, yeah, I did. It just kind of came out my mouth. And you'd be surprised. They don't know what they want. So you got to allow yourself the freedom to feed them your truth in a funny way.
Marlon, last one. What role are you most recognized for in your career?
Man, White Chicks. White Chicks It's funny. I have a lot of different roles, but I'd say white chicks, Loc Dog from Don't Be a Menace, and most of all, I think Shorty, son. Everybody knows Shorty, son, from Scary Movie.
Yes, they do.
You can check him out.
Good.
St. George Theater, Staten Island, Saturday, November 15th, 8 p.m. The Ulster Performing Arts Center, Kingston, New York, Sunday, November 16th, 7 p.m. Go to marlonwayans.com to get your tickets. Marlon, it's been a pleasure, man. Been a fan of yours for a long time.
Hey,
Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
I'll come back when Scary Movie 6 comes out next at June 12th, 26th. Let's do it again.
Love to do it.
We'll have you back, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Marlon.
Who will stay? Who will go? Big questions loom for the Yankees and Mets this offseason. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of Internet Past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios Home Internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature-Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Talk sports with BT and Sal. Middays 10 to 2. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon. At 12 o'clock, I'm Andrew Bogish. This Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com, and by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in New York. Even though the Jets have won 2 straight, they and the Patriots going in opposite directions as they meet tonight in Foxborough. New England QB Drake May taking nothing for granted against Gangrene.
They're coming here with wanting to beat in division. We're wearing whatever jerseys, and they're gonna have something to play for, and they still do. So they're gonna be a tough challenge. And I think it's, like I said, any given week. So you got to prepare on a short week and kind of win that battle.
May is an MVP candidate because his team is 8-2 and he has thrown for 19 touchdowns with just 5 picks. The New England offense remains without running back Ramondre Stevenson and wideout Kayshon Boutte tonight. And according to his agent, Jeff McNeil had a minor procedure for thoracic outlet syndrome right after the season ended. McNeil was feeling pain when he swung late in the campaign. He's expected to be ready for the start of spring training. Fan weather is sponsored by Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. Make your holidays memorable in a Lexus from Ray Cattina. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here. Drive home luxury in a GX or TX with class-leading storage. Celebrate the season in style at Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. It's 48 degrees and cloudy in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Talk New York sports.
Back on the Fan on this Thursday now afternoon. And we started the show talking about the free agency with the Yankees. Really, overall, BT, the offseason. And by the way, that was really fun having Marlon Wayans on for a little bit. But we started the show talking about the offseason and all the different moves that the Yankees could be making here. Yesterday we did a lot of Mets. And we could tie in both teams here. And Bellinger is a player that should tie in both teams. The Mets said that they would be interested in him. But, the Yankees, to have a successful offseason, really need to bring Bellinger back and then add on to it. They can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, losing Juan Soto.
You got to add to the base here. Yeah, you can't just lose somebody and then do something that makes up for the loss that you just were absorbing, but you don't do anything to move forward. Otherwise, you never win a World Series that way. So, listen to me. Bellinger is the linchpin to what the Yankees do this offseason. And there is a thought, because nobody doubts that he's good, and nobody doubts that he's versatile, and nobody doubts he can handle the New York stage. Hell, he handled New York, he handled L.A. where he won an MVP, and he did pretty well in Chicago. So 3 massive markets. That Cody Bellinger's heartbeat is right for these big stages. But I do think there are some people who are worried about overpaying him. I'm not one of them. Number one, you're the Yankees. Let's remember that. Or the Mets if they get him. Number one. Number two, to me, when I look at overpays, it's for guys with deficiencies that I think are going to pop up at the worst possible time, meaning you're not a good athlete or a good defender or you strike out too much, you're just home run or nothing. Bellinger's the kind of guy, there's not a lot of guys like this on the Yankees or the Mets, where if he goes 0 for 4, he can still influence the bottom line and help you win you a game. So I don't want to hear about overpaying Bellinger. Get it done, Yanks. That's it.
And then we went into the idea of Kwan potentially being a trade target for the Yankees. That would be another home run move for me. You think about the idea of Kwan, Judge, Bellinger in that lineup. Point is, Yankees need to build off of what they established a year ago. They couldn't do that 2 years ago. They get to the World Series with Juan Soto. They lose him. Now it's a total pivot to Plan B. Plan B was successful to an extent. How are you going to build on top of that? So to close the gap with the Dodgers, the Mets and Yankees need to be aggressive this offseason. And it seems like they're aggressive, but with logic and being pragmatic about certain things. And sometimes that's got to go out the window. The old Yankees didn't operate where they were afraid to make a bad decision. The Mets, forget about the old Mets, but you can't be afraid to go over the top. Well, I want Pete back. I want Diaz back, but at fair market value. You want them back or not? You want Bellinger back or not? If you want him back and he's important, talk to him and say, we want you back. What's it going to take to get it done? Let's not play footsie here. Free agent footsie for the next 3 months.
Get it done, man. All right. You know that Boris is obviously going to jack this up. But, yeah, that's the price of somebody who is a good all-around baseball player who's still in the early-ish or middle part of his prime here. So, to me, the difference between the Yanks and the Mets here is that, the Yankees obviously need to address one side of the ball. Now, when you look at the big picture, April, Rodon won't be ready, Garrett Cole won't be ready, Clark Schmidt won't be ready, but the Yankees have an array of arms that are really, really legit. Whereas the Mets need everything. The Mets need a rotation. The Mets need to tighten up their lineup. The Mets need to resolve the Alonso situation, which goes a long way in helping tighten up the lineup here.
Potentially a closer.
Well, a closer as well. If Diaz bounces, the Yankees do have the close with Bednar. Not that Bednar's quite as good as Diaz,
but he's at least
he's
in
pretty
place.
Good, and he's here. So I just think that there's a lot more for the Mets to do, which is why when I look at the Mets offseason, and I said this yesterday, I think the Mets have either a great, an offseason where Met fans are like, wow, we took a massive swing, we're ready, or an underwhelming one where I don't think that you'll get quite that varied reaction from the Yankees offseason from their fans.
Do you think from a Mets perspective, and we'll get back to the calls here in a second, 888-808-1019, do you think, and this is not a trick question, do you think David Stearns and the Mets want Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz back?
No.
He said yes yesterday. But I think that there's reason you could answer it no, because even when he says yes, it's with a yeah, but. He didn't say yeah, but you could just tell they want him back, but they're going to let the market dictate to what extent. Meaning that if the market goes to 250, you think the Mets are going to be in on Pete Alonso?
There's no chance anybody's going to 250, but the answer is no.
So then I could ask you, do you think the Mets and David Stearns wanted Juan Soto last year?
Yeah, of course.
They did. Yeah, they did. They did whatever it took to get him. Yamamoto before him, same thing. So I don't want to hear the Mets tell me that they want Pete and Diaz back when I know the truth is that they want him back, but at what they believe is a fair market value. Are you operating to win, or are you operating to make smart business decisions? And sometimes I get caught up because there's a line between being a fan and being a broadcaster and getting information that we hear about, whatever it may be. I want to be a fan, and the fans are irrational. You need to be a little bit irrational when it comes to building a sports team. This is not real life here. I understand it's business, but you're talking about a billionaire with Steve Cohen. If you want the guys back, bring them back. It's not but. And I think that there is a but nature. Well, if Pete doesn't want to come back at this particular price, then maybe we could pivot to this and that. And I've heard from multiple reports that they could have McNeil and Vientos platoon at first base, which if that's the case, you're telling me you don't really want to compete with the Dodgers. I don't care what other moves you make. So to answer the question, I don't believe they really want them back. I believe they only want them back if it is fair market value, which to me is not enough.
I don't even really think that they want them back at fair market value this year, Pete. Now, Diaz probably a little bit different there. I just don't think that David Stearns likes that kind of player. Like, there's the contract, there's the finances, then there's the baseball player that is going to be in the middle of your order, which obviously is a good thing offensively, but all the other stuff you got to deal with, which we've talked about a million ways sideways. See, to me, there's no other way for Stearns. How else can he answer that? So, David, here we go again. Second year in a row. Pete could leave. He's free. What do you think? Well, listen, of course we value Pete. He's a great man, offensive force, blah, blah. What is he going to say? What's he going to say? We don't want him? What's he going to say? He's a horrible first baseman. He can't run. He's going to be 31. I don't love that. Or 30.
They did bring him back last year.
No, I know. But was it they or was it the owner? I think this is the difference this year. I think last year, Cohen was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to my heart, and I'm going to listen to the fans, and I'm going to bring back Pete, even though it's against the baseball sensibilities of my GM, who I brought here to build me a World Series team. I don't think Cohen's doing that this year.
I'm going to take
because they won 83 games a year ago. I'm not saying it was Pete's fault. I mean, without Pete, they would have won 75. He was great protection behind Soto, but that was evidence that even with Pete, you're not good enough to win. So I think that they know that they need to do a lot. And I think that Cohen's going to lay out emotionally, and he's going to let Stearns grab the wheel and build it the way he thinks he should. And I don't think that Stearns wants Pete.
I believe he does want him, but I believe he wants him back at fair market value. I'm going to take him at his word. It's just a matter of how far they're going to go with that. And then you talk about a whole different offseason. If no Pete, what happens with Diaz? How the heck are the Mets going to get better? There are ways to do it, but it's going to involve spending a lot of money and making big trades. So really the Mets... Now, the one thing Stearns said was that at the end of this is when he was talking a couple of days ago, at the end of this, I believe we'll feel comfortable with where we're at in spring training going into the season. And it should never be acceptable to feel anything less than, hey, you got a team that could go out there and win a World Series. But that to me is even better than what he thought he had last year. There's this thought like, we looked at it last year, I looked at the rotation on paper saying, this is just not that good. This is not good. You're trying to win a World Series. This isn't good. He thought it was good enough. They probably put it into their calculator and said, oh, well, we could win, 89, 90 games, get in the playoffs and roll the dice. And with Soto, he's a machine in the postseason, and maybe we go on a run. That can't be good enough anymore. It should never be good enough for New York, but it can't be the thought process. So Stearns does need to evolve a little bit and think a little bit bigger than just building a practical baseball team, even with having larger resources.
Dude, you're not running the Brewers anymore.
Yeah,
it's a big stage, man. Just grab the freaking checkbook. I don't understand. There's philosophical challenges like building a smaller market team. But if you're a good baseball man, and I believe that Stearns is, and the evidence is there, Brewers are still good after he left, right? Well, then in theory, you should be better when you're armed with a checkbook that's fairly limitless.
Yeah, but a lot of that money, we talked about this yesterday, it's already spent.
Yeah, he inherited some of the stuff with Nimmo. I know, and that's why I don't crush him. I thought year one was good, whether it was Iglesias, whether it was Minaya, and then I thought year two was not. So now this will split the difference. And if the Mets aren't good, Mendoza's gone, and I think there's a chance that they move on from Stearns at some point fairly soon if this year goes very wrong, which, I don't think it will. But they got to find 2 top starting pitchers. They got to resolve their cleanup situation. They got to resolve their closer situation. They got a couple of young kids that they like, but they're not sure about, Benj and Williams. This has to be a home run of an offseason for the Mets.
BT and Sal on the Fan, our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Also talked about the Jets, their matchup tonight. I think they're going to get crushed. Jets-Patriots. We can get more into that. We'll get to the Knicks next hour as well. Let's get back to the calls. Jim is in Westchester. What's up, Jim?
Yeah, is there any truth to if the Mets lose Pete, they're going to try Vientos at first and maybe Soto. And plus, I got a trivia question for you.
Not Soto. He addressed that. I think Stearns addressed that 2 days ago, whenever it was that he spoke at the GM meetings in Vegas, and he said that there were no imminent plans to move Soto to first base.
Okay.
But two reports, Andy Martino of SNY, Will Salmon of The Athletic, both reported that there is a chance that if Pete Alonso leaves, the Mets would go with McNeil and Vientos as the first base platoon.
Much to Sal's happiness.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the trivia question?
Okay. 4 players in Major League history has at least 10 Gold Gloves and 3,000 hits. You probably know it.
I would say maybe Cal Ripken, probably one of them?
No.
No. At least 10 Gold Gloves and 3,000 hits. Jeez, that's a small crew.
Yeah, I'm not. Jim, I got to be honest with you. I can't stand doing this on the radio.
3,000.
Are you a swordsman?
Am I what?
A swordsman?
No.
No, Jimmy, say yes, Jim.
I'm not either, but and we appreciate. You have the answer for it. Go ahead.
Give us the 4.
You all right? Willie Mays, Ichiro, Al Kaline, and Clemente.
Thank you for the call, Jim.
Very good. You're going back to some of those old names: Kaline, Old Tigers, Clemente.
I can't do the trivia questions.
I love trivia. Not necessarily on the radio, but yeah, I mean, trivia to me, I love trivia.
Come on, we're resetting the show here. First call out of the gate, hit us with a trivia question. I understand why people like it. It's not good for radio.
Try to stump us.
Yeah, Steve is calling from Copeg. What's up, Steve?
Steve-O.
Hey, guys. Hey, listen, long-time listener, first-time talking to you guys.
Nice.
We got to listen. Things, we don't really have much to look forward to in here around New York sports, not even in news. I just wanted to give you guys the biggest compliment I could possibly give. That interview with Marlon Wayans should be rebroadcast on every network news cable tonight because it opened up. Let's face it, it's tough to look at the news and not have feelings that, oh, man, I shouldn't. It was just absolutely refreshing. You guys deserve a Pulitzer Prize and a bonus for that alone. It was phenomenal, and it could not have been like that unless you let him talk. I felt like I was having a beer with him. Absolutely phenomenal. Great job. Keep up the good work,
man.
I appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
Steve.
He's good.
It's all credit to Marlon.
Yeah.
He's the one who said the things that you love there. We just, we were fortunate to have the opportunity to have him on and give him a different platform. Maybe.
Well, we had to ask the right questions as well to open up that kind of thought from him. I mean, listen. The comedy, we had Leno on, he talked about this a little bit. It's just, everybody gets offended. I mean, you got to be careful. And Wayans is saying, no, we got to go back to the way it was. Let's just laugh at ourselves. And I'm all for that.
Yeah, he's exactly right. Everybody takes everything so seriously, even the sports stuff. I got to be honest with you. I was not prepared. In moving to the middays, I was not prepared for the amount of people who really. Now, I was always a sports fan who took it seriously to a point where my mom would be like, relax. It's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, no, it does. I love this stuff. So I understand that. But the vitriol and hate toward you or me for giving an opinion is absurd. The way that I thought it would work was we give an opinion, you call with yours or react with yours on social media. Not, I think the Mets should trade Lindor. Bleep you, die. I hope everybody in your family gets killed and you shouldn't have a job. Like, that's the reaction. I don't know how you go from I want to trade Lindor to die. So I think people...
You got that die?
Oh, my God.
Die?
Yeah, of course.
To that extent, die?
Yeah, I hope you get fired. You suck. I just don't
I got some of that, too.
Okay, but I just don't understand. Like, can't we just have a normal sports conversation?
A lot of people are already...
Right, but
a lot of people are miserable. But that's what it comes down to.
But that's the bigger picture with the other stuff as well, the comedy stuff, where people make a joke and everybody, instead of just laughing at it or moving on, if you don't like it, move on. There's plenty of other avenues to go for comedy. So why wouldn't... Instead of doing that, you fight back with, how dare you say that? You can't say this.
Yeah.
What? Relax.
I'm going to tell you what I think a lot of it is. One sec, Kav, I know you want to jump in. So when you look, and this is not, judging our social media team, which is phenomenal. Like the clips they get out, they work their ass off. They're really good. I don't think that everybody that reacts that way actually hears the entire show. Because if you think about the clips we put out, 30 seconds here, we're not putting out benign stuff. We're putting out the strongest opinion.
But it could just be from a post on X. It's not just the show.
I get that. But like a lot of the subtext and the context leading up to that strong opinion, which might offend some, that is not in the clip because it would be way too long. So they're like, oh, these guys are wildly off base. face. What are you talking about? Like this and that. Like even like when I said Lindor should abandon one side of the plate. Now, you don't think that gets repurposed to me? Whatever, I'll live with it. That's fine. I'll take the L. But when I said it, I substantiated it with numbers. Like there was evidence that, his bat speed had slowed down and his performance from that side was bad. Was that in the clip? Probably not. And that's why I don't really care what people think anymore.
Well, it's your opinion. Hoff, you said you had something to add here or no?
No, I was just going to say that there was an article over the weekend from Ryan Dunleavy, which was pretty amazing about...
Of the Post?
Yeah, from athletes who basically get those messages all the time after they blow a play.
I saw the headline to that. I did not read it.
Stanek was in it, Jermaine Illuminor, and I'm blanking on who the other guy was. I think it was someone on the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson weighed in on in one of those articles.
Exactly. And
he gets hate, Brunson?
Yeah.
And it's maybe not from Knicks fans.
And and Graham Gano got it. I think he said someone said quote unquote die of cancer.
Justified. Yeah. Not the hate. That's not.
That's it. But that's the point is that we live in a world today, and not to make it too real, Dove. Not to make it too real, though, is that we have people react the same way to everything, whether it's sports, whether it's politics, whether it's comedy. Religion. It doesn't make a difference. Everyone reacts the same way. Everyone's got to just chill and realize it's not that serious.
It's not. In the grand scheme of things, it's not. Well, everybody's got conflict. Oh, this side sucks, and that side sucks, and your team sucks. We're all ending up in the same place. Try to enjoy it while you're here. Good God. It's simple. Just simplify it. I understand it's hard. Life sucks. It's hard. That's why we try to entertain, have some fun with it. It shouldn't be that serious. When I say it shouldn't be that serious, I don't mean you can't take it seriously or get worked up about it. Of course, we love doing that, and we do take our sports seriously. But it shouldn't be to the level that it goes. Everything now goes from zero to die because you suck, because you have a different opinion on whatever it may be. It's absurd.
It is. It's been like this for a long time. I've always tried to live by this one simple mantra. Not that I'm always successful, but I've always subscribed to this and really tried to remain married to this. I take my job seriously. I don't take myself that seriously. Now, I will be very forthright. I don't know that I was able to say that when I first started. And it wasn't that I thought I was great or it wasn't ego. It was I almost took myself because I was trying to prove myself. And when you're breaking into a business like this, and you're in your early 20s, mid-20s, it's very hard to say, well, I'm going to take my job seriously, but I'm not going to take myself that seriously because you are trying to climb. And when you try to climb over bodies and work your way up and get noticed, sometimes it's hard to have that perspective. But I also think that a lot of the hate, and not about politics or religion, a lot of the sports hate is driven by people who lose bets.
Well,
I'm telling you, man. I would love to see the percentage of mean, derisive, negatively laced tweets that are derived from somebody losing a prop bet. When 100%. It gets that vile and that vicious, I would almost guarantee over 50% minimally is attributed to that.
Well, that's why, yes, the athletes are getting hate on social media. I would say more so because of that. Nick is in Old Bridge. What's up, Nick?
What's up, guys? Wanted to give you a shout for the Wayans interview, man. Categorically agree with basically everything he said. Social media, one of the worst things to happen in human history. Regardless, you guys were saying make a big splash, Yankees offseason, when's the last time? Dude, I think in the couple last postseasons, you could never have enough pitching. Go out and get Paul Skeens. Give up Lombard, give up Jones, give up whoever. Get Skeens in here now, sign him long term. I think that should be the Yankees' biggest move.
They'll try. I just don't think, thank you for the call there, Nick. I don't think the Pirates are going to trade him with 4 years to go. By the way, how I forgot to say this yesterday. I remember reading the article. I was all over it. Livy Dunn tried to buy Babe Ruth's apartment.
I saw that,
about a month or so ago. I mean, she's just a random Babe Ruth fan?
No.
I find that pretty interesting.
No, hold on.
What?
You're thinking way.
Why? The report is Skeens wants to be a Yankee. She didn't try to buy Babe Ruth's apartment. She tried to buy an apartment that happened to be Babe Ruth's old apartment. Yes, obviously, but she knew about that, and she was very disappointed when she couldn't get it.
I think because she wanted the apartment, not because she wanted Babe Ruth.
I think it was both interconnected. No. Dude, with the money she makes, she could buy any penthouse in New York City, man.
She ended up doing it. They wouldn't let her because the people in that building.
I know why.
You think Livy Dunn gives a flying you-know-what about Babe Ruth?
I didn't until I saw the report that Skeens wants to be a Yankee.
Yeah, but this was back in July, though.
So what?
It was a long time time ago.
Both can be true.
5 months?
Both can be true where Skeens wants to be a Yankee, which I believe that there's truth to the report yesterday from NJ.com, and Livy Dunn just coincidentally wanted to buy Babe Ruth's apartment. I don't think she said, oh, that apartment is more appealing to me because it was Babe Ruth's, and he's a great Yankee, and my husband wants to be a Yankee. I
actually think that that's what it is. Come on. I think that you're reading it so wrong. Think about this. What is her budget? $5 million, $10 million? So she's got access to every available penthouse from the Holland Tunnel as up to as far northwest or east as she wants to go in Manhattan, okay? Anything she wants. So if there's 20 that are in the price range and like the amenities, they all fit, one of them happen to be owned by Babe Ruth. And she's got a natural appeal to Babe Ruth. Maybe because I don't even think they're married yet. It's still a boyfriend.
Right.
Loves the Yankees.
Let me ask you something. If you can buy any place to live, any place in the world to live.
In the world,
and
go ahead.
And all things were equal. Whatever. Put it in this town. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
All of them could choose from. And all the houses were pretty much equal.
Okay.
Would you buy one because Don Mattingly lived there before?
I might.
Over the other?
I might.
Okay. First of all, that's absurd.
Wait.
Okay,
it's only absurd if it's a lesser house.
No, fine.
You said it was comparable.
Yeah,
if Donnie was there and it's comparable, give me Donnie's crib.
First of all, I think it's absurd. But second, fair enough. You might. You love Don Mattingly growing up. You're a diehard sports fan, so much so you made this your career.
She was a college athlete.
Livy Dunn doesn't know who Babe Ruth is.
How do you know
that? You
think
Livy Dunn is making decisions on where she wants to live based off of Babe Ruth?
No.
There's no chance in hell. Common sense.
I don't think that's the driving force, but if there's everything's equal, which is how you presented it to me, if everything's kind of along the same lines, and Babe Ruth happened to live there, and she's a historian, and she collects artifacts, and her boyfriend, soon-to-be husband, wants to be on the Yankees, why wouldn't that be more appealing? What is so hard to believe about that?
All right, so I'm just going to give you an update. The price that she said all cash money here
was
$1.59 million.
That's
For
it.
what?
For the Babe Ruth place.
That's it.
She purchased instead, now living in the West Village area, a place for $2 million.
Right.
So she was willing. Yeah. She wanted to. Well, yes.
She was going to go.
They wouldn't let her buy it.
They wouldn't let her buy it, so she had to go to the next place, and she ended up spending another $400,000.
But she was willing to spend less to live where Babe Ruth was. You guys are proving my point.
Oh, wait, I thought it would be like spend more to go live where Babe Ruth was.
Imagine making a life decision based off of that. I wouldn't even do that. You're saying you would. I have a hard time thinking that you actually would. You think Livy Dunn is making a life? She saw a great apartment, said, I want to live in this apartment. What do we got?
With the realtor, give you a little history.
And then they said, oh, this is Babe Ruth's apartment.
And she's like, wow, my boyfriend he loves the Yankees.
Right. Do you think she went to look at it because it was Babe Ruth's apartment?
I don't know.
I mean,
you're
come
an idiot,
on.
man. The way you're looking at me. I don't know. And by the way, the way you're characterizing my affinity for a home that Mattingly would have lived in.
He's the one guy.
Well, I know. I get it.
I mean,
or Chris
King,
Mullin or Bernard King. There's a couple of guys. But no, Donnie's certainly number one. You know that, Chris Mullin. But like if I'm looking at 10 beautiful homes and they're all within my price point, backyard, school district, and of the 10, Mattingly lived in one. Your word was absurd. Why is it absurd? I'm not taking a lesser home in a worse school district. I'm taking something that's comparable. Mattingly just happened to live there, and I love Mattingly.
Yeah, it should.
You wouldn't buy Letterman's home if it was this. Oh wow, Letterman lived there. This is pretty cool.
Letterman's different.
Yeah,
I love
no,
Dave
it's
Letterman.
not though.
No,
how is it
Dave
different?
Letterman. Well, he's not an athlete. It's Dave Letterman.
Exactly. Should be even less
King
important.
Of late night comedy.
Come on, he can't shine
Dave
Donnie's
Letterman.
shoes. Letterman. He was miserable anyway.
I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm saying there's no way that went into her decision.
It's an interesting, not parallel, a coincidence.
BT, it's by the way, I have a bone to pick with A-Rod. Another one. This is a new one.
Well, you're going to have to take it up with A-Rod here. I'm not his mouthpiece here.
No, it's this. We're doing a show together. I'm not trying to come at you.
You trying to sever my relationship with A-Rod? Keep bringing A-Rod into it. We got a problem with A-Rod. You have a problem with A-Rod.
Yeah, I have a bone to pick with A-Rod. We'll get to that. We got to get to the Knicks stuff as well. I have a read here.
I got one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, 888-808-1019, BT and Sal. We'll get to that. A-Rod, the court will be in session in a moment, I'm sure. All right, let me tell you guys, Cash App is built for this city. You've got built-in security that's rock solid. Face ID and scam warnings, 24/7 chat support. It's like having a bodyguard for your money. So we all face it. Let's face it. We work hard for our money. You don't want to let money slip through the cracks. So you don't have to. Download the Cash App today. Use code WFAN10. Send $5 to a buddy within 14 days, and Cash App is going to drop 10 right in your account. Hook up a buddy, and then you get hooked up. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App's a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Direct deposit, overdraft coverage, and discount provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Regular season battles in football. Off-season moves in baseball. The Yankees, Mets, Giants, and Jets all live here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel, because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown scorer bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last TD of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Gio to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/GIO for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook, also the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. The official beer sponsor of the New York Giants. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000, or in Mississippi.
This year's Farmer's Almanac warns of a harsh, super snowy winter. So take control of the wet, snowy, and icy conditions with a new set of Bridgestone winter tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services for life with your purchase of Bridgestone winter tires. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a month in bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Hear that?
That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Who's the man in a white plumbing van?
Roto-Rooter Man.
Who's the dude that clears your drain of food?
Roto-Rooter Man.
Who's the guy to keep your basement dry?
He's the Roto-Rooter Man.
Who's your friend for a pipe on the man?
Roto-Rooter Man.
If plumbing, drains, or water cleanup are the plan, better call your Roto-Rooter man. Roto-Rooter, we put water where it should be.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Football season is here, and just like winning teams, your engagement should be all about the best. So if you're ready to pop the big question this season, why not visit the experts at London Jewelers? With top-notch professionals and cutting-edge technology, London Jewelers can help you select or even design the absolute perfect ring. So whether you're starting over or starting new, let the professionals at London Jewelers be a part of your journey. Visit any one of their convenient 6 locations across New York and New Jersey. London Jewelers, serving you and your family since 1926.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Brandon Tierney, Salicata back on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. We get to power up in a little bit, too. Almost forgot about that. Power up, give our power rankings in the NFL. We do that at 1240. What do you say here, BT, before we get back to the close? You had a little note?
I got a little something for you here from Joel Sherman.
Okay.
So obviously a very well-trusted, respected source. The Mets could consider moving outfielder Brandon Nimmo this offseason. Quote, the word that I heard shared by an AL official is that the Mets have spitballed the thought about moving on from Nimmo and how much they might have to eat contractually to make that happen.
Yeah, where is that now? That just came out?
I just saw that. It's come out within the last hour or so. It's attributed to Joel. I saw it on one of these aggregating sites. I don't know where it originated from.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I even trust that.
Well, I mean, either way, it's out there.
Come on, why are you going on the Fan with these aggregator sites?
What? You're getting on me for giving you news? Come on.
Yeah.
Joel Sherman's attached to it.
Well, I mean, the Joel Sherman, that's why I'm questioning it, because I have not seen it. Usually that would pop into the feed here. You see anything about the Post? By the way, speaking of the Post, rest in peace, Larry Brooks. He passed away today, Hall of Fame hockey writer, legendary hockey writer. And
he would go at it with Torts. Him and Torts would do drag downs, those guys. Yeah, I saw it. Very sad. 75. Yeah. And I know that they thought he had a little more time. Boomer was talking about that. Great writer, no doubt.
But that's where I've seen a lot of the content from. I haven't seen it on there. I can't trust the aggregators. Anyway, they should be. Point is, this is something I brought up in season. These moves, these decisions are not easy. If you want to upgrade the defense, Brandon Nimmo is not a good defensive player. So one way to do that would be trying to move on from him. And also, even if you had to pay some of that salary, you still would save whatever it is that he has left. It's a sunk cost. So
there's no doubt about it.
Whatever you get back from that, it just frees you up a little bit. Not that they need that, but okay, you rid yourself of a contract that David Stearns would not have done. So I'm okay with that. If that is accurate from Joel Sherman of the Post saying that the Mets have at least inquired.
Somebody attributing to Joel. Joel didn't tweet that, just to be clear. Somebody said that.
That's what I'm saying. But it might have come from one of his articles or maybe a podcast.
Or conversation at the winter meetings right now. This just dropped an hour or so ago. Go ahead. You got something there, Hoff? What do you got? Oh, you put your hand up. Okay.
Just 5 years.
I mean, here's what. Thank you. 5 years. Thank you. So 5 years in Nimmo, that's a problem. And by the way, you said this 2 months ago that you'd be open to this. And I think what this shows at the very least here, and I'd like to see the Yankees think out of the box with Giancarlo Stanton, something we touched on earlier. I know he's got a no trade. You'd have to approach him. You'd have to acquiesce. Whether it's even trading Jazz, whether it's trying to get out of Nimmo's contract here. I feel like this could be a transformative offseason, more so for the Mets. I think they've got more to do, but transformative in the sense in bringing in a lot more players, both teams, but also doing things that aren't just sign this free agent or do this conventional move. Like, I think a lot's on the table for both of these teams, which is
as it
welcome
should be.
Thought.
It's not just as simple as, just adding the free agents. Brett is calling from New York. What's up, Brett?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Good. What's up?
So you guys talked about Ketel Marte earlier, and honestly, that situation, it all had to do with they all had a plan to have him have a whole bunch of games off, but he kept choosing to take games off after the All-Star break in the most important games, and they just felt like they couldn't rely on him.
Okay. I mean, look, we were not on top of that every single day. We heard about some of the stuff. You were telling me before.
His home was burglarized shortly after the incident with his mom, who passed away tragically in a car accident years before that.
Right. So now I don't know, and thank you for the call, Brett, and for the insight there. I don't know the exact inner workings of what was going on with Arizona. All we could go based off of is that Arizona seems to be making a player that is good and under team control at a good cost, a good value. For a while, they seem to be making him available.
Yeah.
And he's missed a bunch of games the last 2 seasons. So I'm not going to say that he's a bad guy or that I wouldn't want him. Based on production, all that stuff, I think that you can make a case for him. Maybe the Mets more so than the Yankees. I don't think he's a fit with the Yankees unless they move on from Jazz. And even with the Mets, I would have more pressing issues than trying to get Marte. I'd take him, but I don't know the inner workings of all that. I'm sure the Mets or Yankees or whoever else is interested would do their due diligence. But generally, if you're seeing a team that could use him and he's been productive for that team and he's not of high cost, and there were some potential issues or rumblings of it, it makes you wonder at least a little bit.
Well, I also think you're talking about a team that's got to be very, very buttoned up and diligent with their finances here. So this was 2024. I just wanted to punch this up. I was looking for 2025, but it obviously bleeds into last season. You're looking at the Dodgers, the Mets. Here's 2025. Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, Yankees, Cubs, top 5. Obviously, San Diego, Toronto spent some money. But the year before, the Diamondbacks were top 10. And that is something they very rarely are. Now, they dropped down to 20th highest payroll a year ago, which is where they probably want to reside. They want to be in that Baltimore, Colorado, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Guardians territory. And, by the way you do that, if those are the restraints that you have to operate within, you get rid of a player who's pretty damn good, like Marte.
Dude, think about the amount that Marte is going to cost them. I just pulled it up here annually. $14 million last year. Okay.
Peanuts.
So moving forward. $16 million, $12 million, $20 million, $22 million. That's at age 35. $22 million at 36, age 36. Player option for $11 million to age 37. For a player of his production, now I could see getting ahead of the curve and saying, well, at age 35, is it going to be worth $20 million? That's, in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. A player like that on the open market, if he were on the open market a few years ago, even now, he's getting, I would think, more than that per year. $16 million for this upcoming season, $12 million next year?
Yeah, that's a big drop. That's a very strangely structured contract to go down and then go up, basically $4 million after that.
Well,
That's
help
odd.
them in the short term.
Well, that's true. You get a little flexibility. Listen, I don't know. I don't pretend to know, and we'll get more and more as we get closer to this. But what's the ramifications of the pending work stoppage, which I strongly believe is going to happen? I've said that for over a year. I think it's a very common thought now. And they might be looking at if there's a floor or if there's whatever's implemented that we don't really know yet. They're probably trying to get ahead of this. I mean, it's got to be about the money and not about the player. That is, do I want, let's say, the Yanks or Mets, do I want him making $20-something million when, in what year is that, 2030, did you say, would be the option?
Yeah.
Or 2029? I mean, not really. I mean, that's now you're getting to a number that is, you're still going to have Fried, you're still going to have Judge, you're going to have some other big ones. So, not saying it's perfect, but, if you could get them, listen, the Marlins ate $10 million on Stanton. Now, that hasn't really been applied yet because we're just at that point in the contract now. But if the Marlins could do that, who have less resources than the Diamondbacks could shave off a few bucks from Marte. Why not?
BT and Sal on the Fan. We will power up when we come back. Still, I didn't forget, I have that bone to pick with A-Rod.
All right, let's get to a little Cadillac here, Sal. We love Cadillacs. I have been a Cadillac man for well over a decade. I'm in the XT6. I have been for the last 6 years. Couple of leases here, but for the last month or so, I was in the Escalade IQ, and wow. I mean, and there are 4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. First time I've jumped in one of these, I was a little leery at first. What happens if I'm running out of gas or whatever, running out of battery? What do I do? And there's nowhere to go. It's simple. Went to Target once, popped it on, got almost 500 miles in terms of range, and it was absolutely beautiful. The drive was phenomenal. Just all the luxuries and amenities. It's just top shelf. So a ton of different ways to turn every drive into an occasion with the those Cadillacs. Whatever the reason is, Sal, never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac.
Yeah, the all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. You got the Escalade IQ, the Vistic, the Optic, and the Lyric. I drove the Optic this year, the Lyric last year. Loved them both. Comfortable ride, very safe. The safety features are incredible. And to your point, I love the fact that it's electric and just learn, hey, plug it in the wall, plug it in the car. Good to go. Don't have to go to the gas station. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. The BT and Sal Show is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
They blew another fourth quarter lead. The heart and soul of the team goes walking in in concussion protocol, and then the inevitable is going to happen. I mean, the ownership can only take so much.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Texas may have been on their bye, but it didn't stop the Longhorns from climbing the polls. After a 4-game winning streak, including 2 wins over top 10 teams, Texas moved up 3 spots to number 10 in the latest rankings. Now they're 7-2, back in the SEC title conversation and gearing up for a huge showdown at number 5 Georgia. Arch Manning, once mocked for a slow start, has now come alive, and Texas is showing it can still live up to the preseason hype. I'm Maggie Gray.
Your favorite neighborhood spots run unsquare. You know the ones. Maybe it's the popular shop that just opened a new location by you, or the big sports bar that's always packed on game day. These places make the neighborhood, and the money spent there stays in your community. Square powers more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide. To learn more, go to square.com, or just stop by your favorite local business. See you in the neighborhood. Square.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Build monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year. Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff. Presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, New Yorkers. Fast, reliable internet can be yours when you switch to Fios. For a limited time, combine Fios home internet and 1 line of mobile for just $69.99 a month. Get unlimited welcome for $50 a month with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your phone. And add Fios 300 megabytes per second for $19.99 a month with autopay, mobile plus discount, and bonus discount. Visit your tri-state area Verizon store today to get this limited time offer and switch to our reliable 100% fiber optic 5G network. Fios, for eligible new Fios internet and mobile customers. Both the $15 monthly discounts for Fios and Bring Your Phone applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. $99 Fios setup charge applies. For unlimited welcome, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This holiday season, find excellence in every detail in a new Volvo from Volvo Cars Ramsey. 8-time winner of the Volvo Excellence Award. Now find excellent offers with your first lease payment waived. Lease a new 2026 Volvo XC60 B5 plus all-wheel drive, $583 per month for 36 months at Volvo Cars Ramsey, where it's all about you. Call 833-853-2975 for details. MSRP $57,145. VIN 1292363. Loaner vehicle 4,210 miles, $3,700 down payment. Tax title registration extra. 0 security deposit. Ends 11/30/25.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is here for the holidays. Enjoy a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. It's got everything you need to keep your holiday season running. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead directly on the Dunkin' app. After all, the holidays run on Dunkin'. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Now it's time to power up with BT and Sal.
Power Up brought to you by Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. Our week 11, and we're going to week 11, right?
Yeah, I think
This is
so.
week 11
Yep,
starting
yep,
tonight.
yep.
Power Up NFL rankings here. All right, before we get the top 5, this was the most difficult week for me to do personally. Well, I've been back and forth. We've gone over different teams, but usually I can come up with a 5. I had a hard time coming up with, in my opinion, the best 5 teams. So I just want to give you my first team out. I'd be curious to get your first team out as well, and maybe you're going to be surprised by this. First team out for me was the Ravens, because I'm projecting this. I just want to strip out the record, the point differential for the most part, and just say, at my core, who do I think are the 5 best teams in the NFL when all is said and done? And I wanted to put the Ravens in there. I just couldn't yet. So they would be my first team out.
I've got your Broncos out.
Okay, but the first team out.
First
okay.
team out.
Okay.
First team out there. Like, I look at this, I'm like, all right, do I think the Broncos would go, well, they would host that game. Do I think that they would beat a healthy Ravens team?
Right, I like that. Projecting
I don't.
forward, yeah.
Do I think they're going to beat the Chiefs? No. And the Bills took a big step back, so I can't throw them in there. But I know the Broncos are good. I'm not sold on Bo Nix. They got a lot of things that I like, but they're just outside. They haven't been in once for me.
2 teams I'm out on, didn't even give consideration, and I have a long list here.
Philly, you probably put Philly out.
Not even consideration, because I don't have Seattle on my list.
Okay.
And if I'm not putting Seattle there, I can't put Philly. So not even consideration. And the Bills, who weren't on for a while, then we're back on near the top. I can't trust the Bills.
I know.
You can't get spanked like that by Miami and be taken seriously. Not with the quality teams that we see in both conferences. So they were off as well. All right, who do you got?
And by the way, I had the Bills last week number 1.
Yeah.
They dropped off my top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
That was just
this is
gross.
insane here.
Hey, they were getting shut out. I mean, 3 quarters into that game, 13 zip down against Miami. All right, number 5 for me. Well, we'll see them tonight. That's the Patriots. They run the ball. They stop the run. Number 1 against the run. So I don't know how the Jets are going to score any points tonight. They're going to have to get a little lucky, special teams, whatever. But they give up less than 80 yards a pop on the ground per game. Number 1, they've got a young, fast, really talented quarterback. They've got a really good coach. The Patriots are for real. They're number 5 for me.
Yeah, I got the Lions at number 5. Again, number 5 was very difficult, but at my core, I just believe in them. They squashed Washington. Okay, you expected them to do that. I know they have some issues defensively. They've been a little bit inconsistent here, maybe not as dominant as I thought. I still think when push comes to shove, you go head-to-head. Lions, Seahawks postseason, who do I believe in? Lions, Eagles postseason. there are some other teams that I believe in a little bit more than them, similar to my thought last week. But right now, I'd have the Lions cracking my top 5. They have to be one of the best 5 teams in the NFL.
I've got them at number 4. Yeah, there's been a little fluctuation with them for us this year because that early loss. That was a Green Bay game, I think, right? And I was surprised by that. But I mean, come on. I mean, it's week 11, as you said. This team's obviously really good. Jahmyr Gibbs ran the hell out of it. He got back on track. He was over 170 last game. They scored 44 against the Commanders. Now, I'm very curious what Goff does against a very good Philly. I know Philly's not scoring. Philly's defense is still really good, especially since they just made a big trade in Jalen Phillips. So I'm very curious how Goff plays against that. I think that's the Sunday night game. Either way, I've got Detroit number 4. Really, really good. A little flawed, but certainly good enough to be top 5.
That's a good point. This could be a separator week here. You got the Chiefs playing the Broncos. You got the Lions playing the Eagles. That is, in fact, Sunday night. You get the Rams and the Seahawks. You're going to get some head-to-head battles here. Some of the top teams in the league. And then, of course, you get the Jets-Patriots tonight. I'm going to go Chiefs number 4 for me. I had them higher. I think I had them at number 2 the last several weeks behind Denver. I'm going to go Chiefs number 4. Dude, they're 5-4. Like, I know how great they are, and at the end of the year, in the postseason, I'll trust them almost as much as anybody in the AFC. They're asking to be knocked out this year. You got the Chargers in front of them, the Broncos in front of them in their own division. The Patriots are looking legit. The Ravens are starting to get hot again. Can you bet against Reed and Mahomes? No, you can't, but I can't put the Chiefs any higher than 4. I think putting them at 4 is almost questionable at this point with a 5-4 record, but Kansas City is my number 4 team.
They're not on my top 5 at this point.
Yeah, okay.
I basically, what you just said, I even take it a step further. I've got Philly. Now, I know Philly's offense. I don't know. Well, I don't know what the hell is going on. There's this disconnect with A.J. Brown. It's ridiculous here. But think about what Howie Roseman did, and this is why Philly still has a chance to do something special this year. So they're obviously 7-2. They're going to run away with this division. They're going to rack up 11, 12, 13 wins, whatever it might be. He made a trade for Jalen Phillips, and as ugly as that game was Monday against the Packers, who made the game-winning play? Jalen Phillips forcing the fumble in the fourth quarter. Oh, yeah, by the way, had 6 tackles as well. So Jalen Carter, Jalen Phillips, Philly's defense is keeping them around, and it will the rest of the year. They averted disaster when Lane Johnson went down. I just have to think that their offense will wake up a little bit. They don't need to average 30. They just can't score like 10 and 13. If they could get to that 20-something, like low 20s, they're going to beat almost everybody. So I got Philly 3.
Number 3 for me is the Rams. I would almost want to put the Rams higher here, and they could climb up the ranks. I mean, number 3 is pretty darn good. I just believe in the head coach. I believe in the quarterback. They have a good defense. They have good weapons. They've got a little bit of everything going on. This is going to be a huge matchup this week, as we just mentioned, against Seattle here. They're both tied atop the NFC West at 7-2. The Rams, to me, one of the most consistent, easy teams to believe in the NFL this year, where there's been a lot of fluctuation with whether it's Philadelphia or Buffalo or Detroit or Kansas City. The Rams have been a kind of under-the-radar silent team. They've been great before with McVay. We know about their history. Been in the Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl. Even last year's playoff game against the Eagles, I thought they were very impressive on the road in snowy conditions. I think the Rams are very dangerous and are the best team, in my opinion, in the NFC. Give me the Rams at number 3.
Yeah, I might get to the Rams after this. First, I got to get to the Colts at number 2. Forget about Daniel Jones. It's about Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I know that we're all wrapped up in Jones doing what he's doing, but Taylor has been absolutely running wild here. And the other thing, too, is this is kind of stretching things out here. The Colts are 6-1 in the conference. So, you look at that, you're in a great position to have the number 1 overall seed. That division is not that good at all. They're going to win a lot of games, and they're going to be playing a lot of home games in the playoffs there. Now, does Jones implode? I don't know, but this is real. It's real enough to put them number 2. This is no longer a mirage. Colts are good.
Number 2 for me, and this is going to maybe surprise you a little bit here, is the Broncos. Not that look, I don't care about style points. They beat the Raiders. I thought it was a game that they could get clipped, so I was expecting that. There's just something about, I don't know if it's just Bo Nix or overall, I'm going to try to detach my heart from this team. Not that I'm a Broncos fan, but this year I really believe in them, and I still think they're very good and still could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, but I just don't trust them 100% when push comes to shove. We're going to learn a lot this weekend about the Denver Broncos, and I still believe in them. I think they can beat Kansas City here, and if they do, maybe they get back to number 1. So it really wasn't anything based off of what Denver did to warrant getting knocked down a peg. It's more about what another team did to warrant climbing up the ladder. I have Denver as my number 2 team.
Yep, you've been riding them for a while. I'm going to go with the Rams here. So I'm going to put the Rams in the top spot. I admit they were confounding me me early. I'm like, nah, the Niners have to
Rams
be better.
One?
I hit the Rams number one.
Yeah.
I had the Colts number 2.
Yeah.
Like, they were a team that I just didn't give a lot of respect. I don't think I was alone there. I'm talking about like the first month of the season. The Rams, whatever. I figured that the Niners would get their act together, at least coming into the season. They've been hit with injuries. I've even kind of slept on Seattle. Seattle's better than I thought. The bottom line, though, is Matthew Stafford might be having one of the quietest all-time best seasons ever. He's projected to throw for 47 touchdowns and 4 picks. That's what he's at right now. He's already got 25. And in the last 3 games, he's had 4 or more touchdown passes. And one of them, he had 5. He's almost at 4,800 yards, almost 70% completion percentage. They've got the great coach. They got a quarterback who knows how to win. I mean, at some point, you got to say, what you're seeing is kind of real. I got the Rams won.
I'm at that point now with New England. This is the first time.
Pats won?
Yeah.
Look at you.
It's the first time they've cracked my top 5, and they go right to the top because they have the head coach who's got experience. Okay, he hasn't won a Super Bowl as a head coach, but he's got experience. That win to me last week, I didn't think they were beating the Bucs, and it wouldn't have been a knock on them. I just thought, okay, tough spot against a team that's very good, team that's leading the NFC South in Tampa Bay on the road. And that game, and I paid attention to that game because I had the Bucs in the knockout pool, so I was keeping an eye on that. The way that the Patriots fought, the depth that they have as a team, they could run the football. They've got a future star quarterback, actually a current star quarterback in Drake May. So all the pieces are in place, and maybe why I trust them a little bit more than I would Denver. All right, Denver's defense I think is better, but New England's defense is fine. But their quarterback is better than Denver's quarterback.
He's a stud.
So if they have the head coach that is not as good as Peyton, but still on. But Mike Vrabel's one of the best head coaches in the league based off of what if he did with Tennessee and what he's doing now in New England. They've won 7 in a row. They're obviously red hot. They're in a weaker division here. They could run the football. They could be in the air. They're just playing smart, hard football. I'm shocked that I'm even saying this. I didn't believe in it. That win, they could have easily lost that game and moved on and still had a great season. They fought hard. They made some huge plays going on the 4th down, end of the half, great decision making. I got the Pats right now as my top team in the NFL.
Boy, that is interesting. That is interesting. By the way, let me give you one quick MVP out here about Stafford. Back to Tim for a second. So at one point, Stafford, going back a few weeks ago, was 17th on the board in terms of odds. He was 5,050 to 1. All right. And based on what he's done these last 3 games, he is now number 1, and he's leading the way in shortest odds for the MVP. Stafford.
You could add good value there. Where was Costos on that one? You were talking about Baker Mayfield. No, he did give us one other one, but I don't think Stafford. Stafford, I had him on my fantasy team for a bye-week replacement for Josh Allen, then I cut him. And now I wish I had him instead of Josh Allen because Allen's been terrible.
Well, guess who's second on the list? Drake May.
Yeah, there you go.
Drake
That's the point. When you have a guy playing at that level, at some point you can't just say, well, he's young, or, well, it's the first year with Vrabel. You got to believe in what you're seeing. They've been dominant. They continue to churn out wins here. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. More of your calls. I'll get to my bone to pick with A-Rod next hour. We'll get to the Knicks as well. 888-808-1019.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm Andrew Bogus. Your Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. And by Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. No one sells more Lexus vehicles in New Jersey than Ray Cattina Lexus. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Unwrap exceptional offers on all models, including the all-new GX and TX at Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. Brian Dable took the fall Monday for a lot of people within the Giants organization. Defensive coordinator Shane Bowen raised his hand this morning.
There's responsibility that falls on me. We haven't been good enough defensively, particularly closing out games. Something we're working at, evaluating everything, scheme, personnel, different situations, what we can do to continue to improve and find ways to but be at our best when it matters most.
Meanwhile, the Giants are bringing back wideout Isaiah Hodgins, signing him off the Steelers practice squad after losing little Jordan Humphrey to the Broncos yesterday. It's the Jets' 2-game win streak against the Patriots' 7-game run on Thursday Night Football. Kickoff in Foxborough around 8:15 tonight. And Franklin Square native Shane Pinto signs a 4-year, $30 million extension with the Ottawa Senators. Fan weather is sponsored by Flushing Bank. It is 49 and cloudy in Central Park. And that's what's happening. Sports flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
This is science. You can't bet against a coach who wears a fishing vest.
Every Saturday at 8 a.m., it's Kickoff with Boomer and Mike Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL.
It's crazy, but the Chiefs are still the odds-on favorite to make it to the Super Bowl in the AFC, which is nuts.
Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. And The Fan, always streaming on Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Life's rewarding, especially with Flushing Bank's Complete Cash Rewards program. Just open a personal or business complete checking account to get started. With 29 New York Metro locations, there's nothing easier or more rewarding. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
We're counting down to Black Friday savings. It's the countdown to Black Friday at Nielsen Dodge. Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. Your countdown to the hottest deals is on now.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We all know it's the biggest sale of the year, and Nielsen's going bigger than ever. You can count on 0 down payment, plus up to $1,500 overbook value for your trade, and the credit help you need.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
The countdown is on. Don't miss out. At Nielsen,
Fridays in the driver's seat. Black Friday sales event. With approval term 24 months through its signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L5819 at tax tag 498 dock and DMV fees.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, The Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Show on The Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. Back to the calls here in just a little bit. I'll get to the bone that I have to pick with A-Rod in a little bit as well. But let's get into the Knicks. We didn't touch on them yesterday at all. We got caught up with the interviews with Jay Leno, Bo Nickel. Obviously, the Knicks were rolling at home until last night. To me, bottom line, it's just not good enough yet. I'm not going to rip them and go nuts, but this is kind of what I expected. We even, before they went on this run, after they lost to Chicago, I guess it was. I forget the final loss on the road. Was it Miami?
Chicago, I think it was a Friday night on the Miami. It was Friday, I believe, in Chicago, and I think Sunday in Miami.
Okay. Even after that, we were looking at the schedule saying, all right, they're going to win a bunch of these games here at home. And they did. And you give them credit. And the offense looked great. Live by the 3, die by the 3. But last night, a little bit of a different story. We have a Magic team who's not gotten off to a good start. They're, 6-6. Knicks are right there with almost everybody else in the Eastern Conference. You get the Pistons, who have been incredible. They've won 8 straight, 10-2, and they're banged up to boot. Cavs 8-4, Knicks 7-4, Sixers 7-4, Hawks, Heat, Bucks all 7-5, Raptors 6. Anyway, it's jammed up in the Eastern Conference right now. But they got pushed around and bullied by the Orlando Magic last night.
I didn't like what I saw for the Knicks last night. Now, listen, before you even get into, again, we're not going to sit down here and break down the game, especially at 1 o'clock the next day, but they did get pushed around a little bit, and that's got to worry you a little bit, because when the Knicks aren't able to impose their will offensively, which they have been against all these awful teams, the Nets, the Grizzlies, these teams they've gotten fat on after a relatively slow start, hoisting 40-plus threes. Actually, I think more than that, 40-plus threes a game, putting up a ton of points, a bunch of, I think it's 7 40-point quarters, which leads the NBA. All right, well, what happens when you play a team that doesn't really, is not afraid of you? And Banchero and some of the other players going into the game at shoot-around, they're like, hey, this is a litmus test here. Like, they were looking at this game as a size-up kind of a game. So when I heard the first part, then I watched it. Knicks were down by 20 at the half, and they never really made a spirited run where you thought they were going to win the game. So that's disappointing. Now, I do think the offense, for the most part, has looked really, really good against bad teams. The problem is, and this goes into what I said the day that we talked about the Knicks opener, like when we got ready for the season. In a lot of ways, these are my least enjoyable kind of seasons, and this is evidence as to why. When they beat the teams by 20 and 30 that they're supposed to beat, we really don't mention them because you're supposed to. I mean, the Nets are playing kids who are 21 and 22 who aren't even ready.
Yeah, you can't take any out of the squad.
You don't. So you don't even really talk. You talk about the Yanks and the Mets and the Jets and the Giants. You can't waste time on that. So you kind of gloss over that. If they don't beat bad teams by a big enough margin, there's an element of critique there. Like, well, the Knicks won, but it was a little tougher than it should have been. And then if they don't beat a team that's thought to be good or a threat down the road in the Eastern Conference, now they get crushed, and it seems unfair because we ignore the good. Right. But this is the reality of where the Knicks are.
Well,
that's it.
Also, I'm not crushing them, just saying that's why you can't get too excited when they pound. And I don't even care that they pound the bad teams. That's what you're supposed to do. Great. You're watching the offense. You're watching a new system, a different head coach. Okay, and you're seeing things that you didn't see under Tibbs a year ago. But then you see a performance like that last night, and it reminds you, and this is why I'm not going, when I was calling Mike Brown Mike Clown, it was not because of the result. It was because I don't believe in him as a head coach. I still don't. I like the way that he was accountable last night and held his team accountable. I just don't trust that he's going to have this team playing the right way that needs to be done in the postseason to get them over the hump. And that's how they're going to be judged, getting over the hump, getting to an NBA Finals and winning an NBA Finals, and I just don't see it. Again, Karl-Anthony Towns, 5 fouls last night. Against a physical team, 5 fouls. Like,
no.
It just can't happen.
And he was balling before that, too. But again, what do you...
Not to mention, by the way, BT, the biggest part of the whole...
Well, at the end of the game, 2 minutes to go. Jalen Brunson.
2 minutes ago in a game that is...
Wave the white flag, dude. Sit him on the bench.
Okay, well, if it were Tibbs...
It would have been crushed.
I mean, people would have been... If Tibbs, in this exact situation... Everything exact. Offense looking the way that it has. Second year with this iteration of this team. Knicks rolling. Tom Thibodeau still the head coach at this exact point with the exact results of this season. Today, people would have been calling for Tibbs to be fired. I know they wanted him fired prior to that, but I'm saying right now, that would have been the theme of the day. He's got to be fired because he left Brunson in a game that was out of hand and he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I mean, that's something that bothered a lot of people. And I listen, I didn't like it. That's why I thought it was time to move on from Tom Thibodeau. Now, the minutes across the board are lower. They're not burying these guys, in terms of playing 39, 40, 41 minutes a night, thank God. It's a long season, and you don't want to overreact to last night. But again, it wasn't a good look, and I do agree. If that was Tom Thibodeau still coaching the Knicks, then he would have probably been hit with some unfair or out-of-bounds criticism, and it's kind of glossed over because Mike Brown has not really done that this year, and it just kind of happened last night, whatever. But you're the coach. You got to look up at the scoreboard and say, we're not going to win. Got a lot of games coming up. Let me get my guy out of there. Let me keep him healthy.
Well, that was supposed to be a difference in why they moved on from Tibbs. Now, I'm not blaming Brown for that. But I also wouldn't blame Tibbs, and I haven't blamed him for the minute. So I'm consistent on it. Is everybody else out there? Come with the same energy that you would had Tibbs been in charge toward Mike Brown, because we all know the truth. If it were Tibbs running the show and that exact thing happened, you'd all be ripping him and blaming him. Why is Brunson in the game? So as long as you come with the same energy toward Mike Brown with that, then I'm okay with it. I believe you got to play your players. The game was out of reach. You could make an argument he should have been out of there. I'm not going to blame him for that. He played. It's a freak thing. The ankle happens, but I also would not have blamed Tibbs. That's
yeah, I mean, listen, the bigger picture here for this team moving forward, as I try to get a sense of who they are with Brown, and they definitely look different with some of the offensive stuff they're doing. But, I think that OG Anunoby, this is kind of more of a little 10-ish game referendum on who the Knicks have been so far rather than just going into every single game. I think OG has been... he's been spectacular. OG, not good. He's been amazing. I think Bridges, and that's the guy that I really thought was going to benefit. I thought Bridges would really benefit with Brown's arrival. And I thought that Bridges and sometimes OG would be the bigger minute per game guys. And they have been. But Sal, I still keep going back to, and I'm not going to crush him because he's had some good moments. I just don't believe in Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't believe him at the highest level. We know he's good. I'm way past that evaluation. Is he a championship center or 4 when Mitch is playing the 5? I don't think so. I think his weaknesses are incredibly detrimental when you play great teams, well-coached teams. And I think the Knicks, there's going to be a point, I don't know when, I don't pretend to know when, but we're going to be having a serious discussion about them being like in the market to make a big trade this season.
Sports Talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus, streaming November 16th on Paramount Plus. It's the return of Landman from Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone. Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton is back, featuring Academy Award nominees Demi Moore, Andy Garcia, and Sam Elliott. Landman, new season streaming November 16th, only on Paramount Plus. Nick is calling from Upper Saddle River. What's up, Nick?
Hey, just want to talk about the Livy Dunn thing for a second. Sal, I very much agree with you. BT, you sound a little bit like George Costanza talking about John Boyd's car.
Well, Nick, let me ask you this, because I already talked to Sal about this. So, why is it so unrealistic? She is engaged to a star baseball player who reportedly wants to play for the Yankees. Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, let's just put it this way. Like, I'm a big sports fan. My friends are all big sports fans. I don't think any of us would really care that much. It's not even like her getting an apartment that Babe Ruth used to live in makes it more likely that he's going to end up playing for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it's very likely she cared that much. She's very wealthy. She has a very big budget, and that just happened to be one of the apartments she was looking at. That's
but no. Well, yes, but that's the one that she wanted. And because she's got a fairly unlimited,
she got a good price for it. That's probably the reason.
No, they didn't want her in. If they let her in, she would be there, which means she didn't willingly move on. Look at what we're talking about. She didn't willingly move on from Babe Ruth's apartment. They moved on from her. Listen, all I'm saying is don't rule it out.
I know that.
That's all I'm saying.
BT,
what?
I'm ruling it out.
Well, I'm not. I am not ruling it out.
I'm ruling out definitively. Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead. You finish up there, Nick. Hey, listen, you don't know. I mean, I wish somebody would ask her about that. And they will. That's Keynes' Yankee press conference.
The apartment that she ended up buying was more expensive than Babe Ruth's apartment. It's very likely.
I know.
Apparently that was Mickey Mantle's old apartment. Hoff is telling me in my ear she went from Babe Ruth's apartment to Mickey Mantle's apartment. So maybe there is something to it.
I don't think so, because at one point Mickey and Whitey Ford, I think Yogi lived together in a bedroom apartment in Queens. So I don't think she was looking for that. No disrespect to Queens, but there was like 3 guys sharing that apartment.
Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that because I thought it was because of the amount of money that she would be spending. But I did want to get to my Jets point. Sal, I think the game is going to be much closer than you think it is. There's 2 things. There's 2 big equalizers in this game. It's a rivalry game, and it's on short rest. What's been a common theme this season? There's been a lot of upsets in rivalry games and on short rest. And what you're saying makes sense, which is that the Patriots are a good team and the Jets are a bad team. But what you have to remember is that the NFL this season makes absolutely no sense at all.
Agreed. I agree with that, Nick. And if you listen to the show consistently last Thursday, and thank you for the call, and good luck to your Jets. I'm assuming you're a Jet fan. I hope it's a close game. I want to see a good game. Last Thursday, the Broncos, a team I believe in more than any team in the NFL, I said before the game started, I don't know, man. I got a bad feel. As a matter of fact, it cost me a knockout pool because I easily could have won with Denver, a team I've been talking about all year long, and I didn't because I had a bad feeling against the Raiders. To your point, division game, I don't know, just something was off about that. It was an 8.5-point spread, and Denver was fortunate to come away with the win. I don't look at this game the same way. So it's not that I hate picking favorites. If anything, I'd go to extreme lengths to go against favorites. I don't see the Jets being able to compete tonight.
I'd be surprised, too, and I hope that I'm dead wrong. We all do. We want to watch a good game here. Listen, and I don't think you are either. We're not going to get on the radio and base an opinion based on the randomness of the NFL. Like, you've got to have something rooted in logic and statistics and, which team is really good and which team is not. And the only thing that the Jets do well when they're playing well is run the ball, and the Patriots stop that. The Jets don't have a lot of marquee players. They've got nobody that can bother you vertically, and Justin Fields can't throw. So, pragmatically, I don't know how anybody can sit here and say, oh, yeah, the Jets will be there. You've got to get lucky. You've got to get a good bounce of the ball. Something wacky's got to happen. And, by the way, that could happen.
The 2 wins that they have on the season, they did get lucky. And they won on special teams on one of them, and they were fortunate to win that game. And the other one they won because the Bengals just can't stop anybody. Now, I'm not taking that away, but there's, at least with the Raiders, I could say they're building towards something. The week before, Brock Bowers went nuts. They have Pete Carroll in place. They could run the football a little bit. Like, there was reason for me to believe that the Raiders might be able to keep it close against Denver. Also, Denver has played some close games this year. There's no reason for me to believe in the Jets. If the Jets were running the football consistently well or had a defense that I believe can stop Drake May or the Patriots running game, different story. I can't. There's no merit in what happened. I think it was more of a fluke the way that they beat Cincinnati and Cleveland based on special teams.
This is the way you got to hope that this is how you get a 4-quarter game when there's a disparity in talent like there is tonight. So the game starts, right? And by the way, the Jets are actually really good at this, so this is not incredibly impossible. You know, you get a nice kickoff, say if you take the ball first, or whenever you get the ball first, provided you get a stop if you're on defense first. You get a good kickoff return somewhere around midfield, somewhere maybe your own 40. You get a couple of first downs. You kick a 46-yard field goal. You're up 3-zip. You know, maybe the Pats fumble. Maybe they punt one. And you look up, and because the Jets will try to run the ball a lot, I think you'll get a lot of design runs with Justin tonight as well. You have to hope that, you know, for the anatomy of an upset, you know, you look up and it's midway through the second quarter. It's 10-7 Pats. It's 7-3. It's 13-10. Now, the numbers don't say that that's going to happen, but that's the only way you get a game tonight.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Ralph is in Manhattan. What's up, Ralph?
I came in when BT says he didn't take himself too seriously. That's when I walked in. You know, I'll tell you about the whole situation with with Pete. Pete said many times that he wants to be a Met. In fact, he reiterated that nonstop. It was just like a mantra constantly. But here's what happened. Stearns can't stand the guy. In my mind, guys, Stearns never liked this guy's game. I mean, the guy kind of lumbers around. He doesn't look like an athlete. You know, he's not the greatest fielder, no matter what they say. And the fact is that I think that when you have a situation like this, it's going to come down to one guy. It's going to come down to the owner. And the owner is actually going to make the call in this case. And by the way, that was a Chrysler LeBaron.
John Voight's car.
That George bugged. Just because John Voight bought the car. And I know you're bored with this whole thing, but thank you so much.
Thank you, Ralph, for the call.
Listen, Ralph, thank you very much.
There is an update here. Well, two things on that before I get to the update on Alonso. Steve Cohen could have jumped in years ago and paid DeGrom. He didn't. He let him go. So it's not that Steve Cohen has just an affinity for homegrown Mets and will listen to the fans. Fans were upset at that. They were annoyed that the Mets let DeGrom go. It was the right move to make then. It's the right move now. With Alonso, Steve Cohen should let David Stearns do what he wants to do and build a baseball team. How are you supposed to judge a guy as a president of baseball operations if you're making all the moves?
Well, that's where I think Cohen's going to step back this year. I don't think he did it last year. We've talked about this a million ways sideways. There was Cohen influence reacting to the fans, and I kind of understood it a year ago. I don't want to hear it this year.
Right, he should. And then if the move backfires or doesn't work or Stearns builds another lemon of a team,
and then you point at Stearns and say, what happened?
And at least you know where to go and try to fix it. And then maybe next time you could step in. He's got to be in a collaborative effort. I'm sure he is with Stearns. But if Stearns says, look, I would not do this. And it's different than Juan Soto. Juan Soto meant more than just the production. And Cohen's the one who could tell Stearns, look, I know you wouldn't advise going to this extent.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Because don't worry, I'll give you enough to work with. I need this superstar, and I need him now. So that's a different animal. With Alonso, while I want him back, if Stearns believes that whatever the offer may be is the best thing to let him go, then that's on him. Then you're going to be judged on those moves. I don't want Cohen stepping in that regard.
I wouldn't either. I really wouldn't either. I mean, I think that there's got to be some separation. I mean, if Steve Cohen's going to be a great owner, he's got to know when to lay out. It's not just cutting checks. Anybody could do that. He's got the money, and you appreciate that, but you've got to know when it's time. All right, I hired you to do your job. I'm going to lay out. I'm going to let you do your job. Lay out.
What you would want is for Stearns to go to the owner and say, I need money. I want this. I want to take this guy on, or I want to pay this guy. And then he gives. That's a good owner. Not an owner who's saying, yeah, David, that's nice that you think this. I'm going to bring him back anyway.
That's not good. That's not good synergy there, Sal. And the other thing I would say very quickly, too, I'm not saying that this can't be the case. I just think this is fundamentally dumb. It's just wrong. Like, Stearns wants Alonso at a certain price. Well, Money shouldn't matter as much. We know that because it's Cohen, right? So you're not a mid-market team where every penny matters. So you either want the player and value him night to night, or you don't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
To me, that's simple.
So the update on this, the Post, John Heyman, he said that he's hearing the Orioles going to be in on Pete Alonso. So at least you already have, this is early in the market. Now, Heyman.
The Orioles, huh?
Their ties with Boris, maybe drumming up a little bit. Mm-hmm. The Orioles are not going to get into a bidding war with the Mets.
No, but the Red Sox could.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
I don't think the O's would either.
At least we have a team now.
There you go.
I don't think that there's been another team that's been identified other than speculation of what teams could. Yeah, he'd be a good fit here, good fit there.
Yeah, you've heard Seattle.
Heyman saying that he believes the Orioles will be in on Alonso. Now, in for what? A year, 2 years? I mean, I'm assuming.
It's got to be more than that. I would think that the market's going to be better to Pete this year. It's going to be better to him this year. So if it really is real and not just drummed up Boris, whatever, using a reporter, and I don't, who knows? But I think that there's going to be more interest. So the Orioles are the first team in line. Not a surprise.
All right, A-Rod, I'm coming for you next when we come back. BT and Sal on the Fan. If you are tired of dealing with neck pain, backaches, even sciatica, stop messing around and go see the guys at Samwell Institute for Pain Management. That's Dr. Shah, Dr. Ko, and Dr. Sitapra. They've got offices in Colonia, Inglewood, and Livingston. And here's the best part. They focus on non-opioid, minimally invasive, non-surgical treatments. Real solutions that can actually get you back to feeling like yourself again. Check out the thousands of 5-star reviews that trust Samwell. So turn to Samwell Pain for relief. Go to SamwellPain.com. That's SamwellPain.com.
It may be the offseason for the Bombers and Amazons, but there's no offseason for Yankees and Mets talk. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day is Patriots running back Travion Henderson going over his rushing prop of 78.5 yards. Henderson is coming off a breakout game last week, racking up 147 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Patriots win over the Bucs. Plus, the positive game script usually is good for running backs, and the Patriots are 13-point home favorites over the Jets tonight. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T or cut them into snowflakes to celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics, Root Score, report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit their Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Now, when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Is both. Nationwide. Is both. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Alrighty, folks, for weeks now, you've heard me speak about my new favorite water, Elevate Hydrogen-Infused Superwater. But did you know that Elevate isn't just the cleanest, most advanced water on the planet? Its potential benefits are actually backed by over 1,600 plus scientific studies. And just speaking for myself, I do feel quite amazing when I'm drinking it. So the question is, where can you pick up your Elevate? Well, if you do live in the Five Boroughs, why not stop by your local Walgreens or Duane Reade? And if you're not local, check out Elevate at Amazon for complimentary shipping. Drink Elevate, as I do.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT, it's out back on the Fan, 888-808-1019. All right, I've been teasing it long enough. I got an issue here with A-Rod, a little bone to pick. So A-Rod, who says he listens to the show all the time, right? He texted you, however, they reached out to you, you got in touch with him, you went to lunch with him, all those different things, right? Mm-hmm. That's great. And he came on the show, we had fun. That's our guy, A-Rod. Now, I don't have a texting relationship with him. You have a texting relationship with him. And I'm thinking that's a cool thing. You listen to the show, whatever, reached out to you. Okay.
Big fan.
And a part of me, I'm just being honest, part of me is like, well, what about me? I mean, you listen to the show. You say you listen to the show. All right, you text with BT. That's great. It's BT and Sal. You say that we were boys. You say that we're getting invites. I don't get the invite because he's going through BT. They don't come to me. But whatever, I move on. Take it a little personally. All right, doesn't want to text me, so be it. I find out he texts somebody else. My buddy Jimmy Trainer of SI, who I also do the podcast with. Man. I'm on with him. Trainer does the podcast every week. I do a segment with Trainer every single week. And I find out A-Rod text Jimmy. What about me? Why are you texting BT? Why are you texting JT and Jimmy Trainer? What about Sal? I mean, what's going on here? What did I do to A-Rod? I don't know what to... Do I need to rip him to get his attention? Do I need to kiss his ass a little bit to get his attention? Why does he not want to reach out to me? I don't get it.
Maybe you're trying too hard. Maybe it's a turn-off.
I wasn't trying at all.
No, I'm saying, like, by saying this, maybe it's going to prevent him from reaching out again. Maybe just let it kind of settle down a little bit.
I don't want him to reach out now. But when he starts going... I work with you every day,
That's
5
right.
days a week,
Yeah.
4 hours a day. We do a show together for 2.5 years.
Yep.
Couldn't be any closer. meaning as far as like,
I get it.
And so he reaches out to Jimmy. I've been friends with him forever. Do a show with him. It's only 2 people I do shows with. You every week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do the SNY, but that's with different people.
Rotating cast.
And then the podcast. The one constant.
Yeah.
You and Jimmy. And A-Rod reaches out to both of you, and nothing for me.
I know he told me that he likes you.
That's what you said.
He did.
Well, he was on with this and said it. He said, you guys are my buds. Come over.
Well, but sometimes people just say that.
Well,
he actually meant it. No, he meant it. He said, like at lunch, like when he didn't have to say it, he's like, Sal's a little nuts. He's like, I like Sal. And then he went, you guys are great together, blah, blah, blah. And then, I found out he was kind of listening to me when he was playing, which I didn't know. But no, he likes you. Yeah. He definitely likes you.
I'm starting to think it's a me issue here.
I mean, I don't think that it is. Would you like me to ask him?
No. I don't want to go there.
You sure?
Yeah. When Jimmy alerted me to this text, I was like, what the hell?
Now, was Jimmy rubbing it in, or did he just kind of innocuously parachute in and randomly say, oh, yeah, by the way, I was texting with Alex, or was it like, by the way, not only is he not texting you with BT, but he's also not texting you with me. Was he rubbing it in?
No.
How did Jimmy let you know
Jimmy
that
and I talk about, we're friends.
I know you guys are tight, but how did Jimmy let you know that A-Rod texted him?
He said, A-Rod texted me.
But was he saying it because he knows?
He does not know. I mean, I've told him that we had him on the show.
Okay.
I don't think he knows the extent of like you and A-Rod. He was not rubbing it. He was just,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is this Alex who's talking to BT and Jimmy, or is this A-Rod?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, seriously, that's a serious question because 2 different people. A-Rod may be in love with you, but Alex not so much.
Episode 2 tonight, by the way, on HBO. Have you seen the first one yet?
I haven't.
Okay. A-Rod, BT hasn't watched the show. Jimmy hasn't watched the show. I've watched the show.
And he still loves us.
I've watched the show. And I genuinely like the show. I don't want to hear from A-Rod. I just want to know why he's leaving me out. I mean, I don't understand it. Everybody, next Huff and Dove are going to be getting text from A-Rod. Hey, love you guys. Whatever.
He just texted me, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
he told me it's because you're a Mets fan.
Everybody gets a Christmas card.
He was a Mets fan too. Huff, you just brought something interesting. Was
you
it
should
Alex?
watch, by the way. You'll love it.
I know. Well, I told you, I've got it. We got these new remotes for the TVs. And you got to do the QR code with the scan to
Hand in the neck.
I don't know the passwords, and I don't even
I'm
know
looking
how to do
forward to getting home. Even my wife was into it.
I've tried. I can't get into HBO Max. I'm dying to watch it.
Yeah, and now you can watch the first 2, which is great. Correct. I had to wait a week to watch number 2, but I will watch that tonight. So looking forward to it. You haven't watched it either? You joking around about the Alex A-Rod that you haven't watched it either, the documentary?
No, I haven't watched it.
Come on. It's good. Jimmy, I was trying to get him to watch. I'm begging him to watch it.
Yeah.
We talked about this on the pod last week. I mean, you should watch the show. It's great.
And then Alex just reached out to him.
He reached out to him, not me.
Listen, by the way, Hoff, I want to kind of get into what you just said. I think that at least when I had lunch with him, that was Alex. I think years ago, I don't think I would have liked A-Rod. Really. I think A-Rod had a lot of things he had to sort through. And that's part of the reason why I really appreciate him now, because he seems to be sincere. Like, I think you get a certain, I hope most people do, get to a certain point in life where a pretense or whatever you're trying to hide or whatever it might be, that you just like, it's not worth it anymore. And I'm not going to try to fool you. And I think young Alex wasn't incredibly secure. These are things he spoke about, a lot of it from his dad, some other situations as well. I think, based on therapy, something he's also divulged, I think this is Alex. I think Alex was always well-intentioned with a big heart. I don't think he knew how to be normal in a very weird scouting report way. So when I talk to Alex, I think I'm talking to Alex, not A-Rod.
If you could afford to live in a place that A-Rod used to live in, would you live there just because he lived there? You got your boys
is Kate
now.
Hudson coming with it? No, I'm a big Kate Hudson fan. Come on.
I forgot to tell this to A-Rod. We went to the movies together. We were at the movies together, Upper West Side, I want to say 2014, 2013, to see 42. You remember that movie? We talked about this before.
Jackie Robinson, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was he with?
Tori Wilson.
Yeah, that was not one of his best. For me. Subjective.
Exactly, but I mean...
It's subjective.
Come on.
By the way...
But I was in that theater With the same exact thing, not just like, oh, I saw him there. We were in the movie, watching the movie together. I just didn't know it. I was like 3 rows in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Turned up as the movie was over, and I was like, holy crap, there's A-Rod sitting there with Torrey Wilson.
Is that him or no?
No, of course not.
Well, that's Miami Boys and text you.
I'm not going to bother him. He's there in the movies. Yeah. We were both living on the Upper West Side at the time.
You had the studio, and he had a 9-bedroom mansion.
Yeah. He owned the whole building, and I had a studio in the building.
Make rent payable to A-Rod.
But we saw 42 together. So A-Rod, plus we're 86 Mets fans. I mean, we have a bond. A-Rod and I feel like I loved A-Rod when I was a kid. He's coming up as an 18-year-old. We had a bond. And yet he goes to you and Jimmy.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Like that. Hoff, what do you have here?
Plus, speaking of studio,
yeah.
Look to your right, that empty seat over there.
Yeah.
Well, there's no seat, but that empty mic over there.
Yeah.
That's where Alex Rodriguez came in, storming in after a trial to talk to Mike Francesa.
They showed the clip of that.
Studio.
Good God Almighty!
They showed the clip of that.
You were here for that, right?
No, I was not.
You weren't.
What year was that?
I was just going to ask the same question.
2013? Yeah, 2012 or 2013.
Yeah,
I was
in the minors at OR at that point. No, I was still working my way back up at that point.
2012. But I thought I was in New York, and in 2012 I was in San Francisco.
No, you were here because
the network didn't start till 2013.
So then it must have been 2013.
2013.
Either 13 or 14.
That was
remember
wild, man. That's got to be one of the crazier days at the Fan.
He flat out lied to Francesa.
He did lie. He did.
I mean, it's
was
true.
it Alex or A-Rod?
And yet, wait a second.
What?
He flat out lied to Francesa, and yet his banner hangs in the Mike Francesa studio.
And the Mike Francesa plaque is no longer visible because somebody took it down.
You know, I saw that.
So did I.
I didn't know that we had it where we did. Maybe they're getting ready to put that back up. They probably should.
It should definitely be up.
Yeah.
There's no question
I mean, we tried to get it going up. I don't, you know.
It should be up. It's the Mike Francesa studio. It shouldn't be down.
Somebody ripped it down.
I know. Not me.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Nick is in South Carolina. What's up, Nick?
Hey, guys. Great show.
Thank you.
I just wanted to talk about Cody Bellinger, some of the young talent that we have on the team. I think it's a no-brainer. You've got to bring Bellinger back for the outfield, and you've got to get one more piece out there to reinforce it. Secondly, I think one of the major issues that everybody's overlooking, this will never be a championship-caliber team until we do something with player development. Player development on this team sucks, to say at the least.
I agree.
How come in the mid-'90s we had young kids come up and every one of them ended up being good ball players that contributed to championship teams? We had the same thing the last 3 years. We got good ball players. These are good kids. Volpe, Wells, Oswaldo Cabrera. You know, these are all good, solid ball players. They come up, they show some promise, and then lo and behold, second year, they just suck wind. This is all player development. And the jewel of it is Jason Dominguez.
Well,
they signed this kid when he was 16. Now he's going to be 22. He spent at least 4 years in the minors. You mean to tell me nobody noticed that this kid was a subpar defender in the outfield?
They had him in center field.
He couldn't hit right-handed.
I don't know, Nick.
Right-handed. You know, this is their job. They're supposed to be on top of this, and they're not. And we're losing good young talent because if you notice, the minute they get away from us, they start developing again.
Well, that's not necessarily true. No, I don't know. I think that's a bit of a stretch there.
How do you figure? Look at Gleyber Torres. We got Gleyber Torres from the Cubs. Okay, he came here. First year here, he was pretty good.
Stud.
After that, he sucked wind.
Yeah, but
then we let him go to Detroit, and what happens? He goes to Detroit, and he becomes a great player again.
Hold on, Nick. He had 270 for the Tigers last year. I know he made the All-Star team. He was okay. He was not that good with Detroit. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate what you're saying. I'm not even saying that you're wrong. The Yankees' player development has been woefully lagging behind forever. I just saw, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, they just fired their long-term international head of scouting or head of whatever the exact...
because he kept missing on big money guys.
I mean, they went through the list. Yeah, something with the international basis where they just they whiff time and time again. I'm not going to push back. And the Yankees' development of pitchers is much better than their position players. No question.
I'm just trying to look up here the Urban Dictionary suck wind. See, because the way that Nick used it, I may have to steal that. When we come on and be like, they sucked, he sucked, it's so harsh. But if you say, he sucked wind, I think It softens it a little bit and makes it a little more entertaining.
You think so? Well, I mean, it's entertaining because he sounds older, so maybe sounds like and if he's not, I take that back. But I think it's an older expression, so I think it sounds funnier coming from somebody who might be a little bit older.
But that's part of the humor behind it. You can't say certain things after sucked. And if you just say sucked, it's harsh. And like, oh, how could you say that this guy sucked? But if you say he sucked wind, I feel like it is a little bit softer.
So I found there's 3 meanings behind it.
Keep the one out that we probably can't read.
No, you can all read all 3.
Okay.
Being physically exhausted.
Yep.
Being a humiliating or difficult situation, or referring to a habit in horses.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
See, when I hear sucking wind, like I'm just thinking, all right, you're running suicides at the end of basketball practice. Yeah. You're holding your shorts. You're sucking wind.
Right.
Like that. I always thought there was a physical correlation to it. Just, you're tired.
Here's the Urban Dictionary question and answer, question and answer. How do you think you'll do in that 5-mile race? And then the answer is crappy. After 3 miles, I'm useless. I just suck wind.
Exactly.
So, but that to me makes it, it does soften it a little bit.
But what are we looking to soften? If the team sucks, we got to say they suck. Giants suck.
A lot of people don't like the word suck, though. That's the thing, is that back in the day, like, suck was like the worst word I could use in the house when I was like 10,
it's
11 years old.
It's funny
Can't say
you say
suck.
that. Yeah.
Don't say suck. You say it's not good.
But this is probably the origin of it. I know it's evolved over the last, 50 years or whatever it may be.
It's become so
I think the origin of you suck comes from suck wind, right? Like you can't even run around the
I don't think so.
Go suck a straw. Wasn't that what it was? Like, go suck a straw?
Never heard that.
I always felt like I heard that one back then.
No, I think suck wind was the original. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100. Either way, it was funny, and I would consider using it in my repertoire. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. We'll finish up on the phones when we come back.
Yes, we will. Who's on Football brought to you by Petro Home Services. Jonathan Taylor been going bonkers. He banged out 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a walk-off touchdown in overtime against Atlanta. If you want to save on heating costs, go with Petro. Switch now and get $125 free heating oil, reliable delivery in any weather, and live 24/7 service. That doesn't suck. Count on your local HVAC pros at Petro to stay warm and safe this winter. Go to petro.com now and get $125 free heating oil, or call 888-PETRO-02 today. Use propane. Ask about our special offers. Propane not available in all areas.
It's Evan and Tiki. Afternoons on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
A lot of it is on the coaches, obviously, but ultimately you are judged by the bottom line, and the bottom line for Dave's was not good enough.
Listen to Evan and Tiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. There's a reason it's so hard to repeat as Super Bowl champions. First of all, you have to stay healthy, but it's also a challenge to keep everyone's ego in check. The Eagles are running into that problem once again with receiver A.J. Brown. He's openly complaining about his role, despite a 7-2 start. The Patriots kept their dynasty rolling because everyone put team goals first. Brown is a fantastic player, but right now, he's putting himself first, and that's not good for a team. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Your favorite neighborhood spots run unsquare. You know the ones. Maybe it's the popular shop that just opened a new location by you, or the big sports bar that's always packed on game day. These places make the neighborhood, and the money spent there stays in your community. Square powers more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide. To learn more, go to square.com, or just stop by your favorite local business. See you in the neighborhood. Square.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by the Home Depot. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Hodge from TakingVegas.com and the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast. It is Thursday and the New York Jets grace us with their miserable presence tonight. We all know they're not going to win this game, but the only question is, are they going to cover it? We have the answer for you. Text the word WIN to the number 545454. Text the word win to the number 545454. You get New York, New England tonight absolutely free, no questions asked, and we have a massive play lined up for Saturday. But we'll start you off Thursday Night Football. Again, we all know you have a better shot at getting hit by lightning in a snowstorm than the New York Jets winning tonight. But will they cover the 12.5? We'll give you that answer absolutely free on the text line. Just text the word win to the number 545454 and check out the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
We're counting down to Black Friday savings. It's the countdown to Black Friday at Nielsen Dodge. Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. Your countdown to the hottest deals is on now.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We all know it's the biggest sale of the year, and Nielsen's going bigger than ever. You can count on 0 down payment, plus up to $1,500 overbook value for your trade, and the credit help you need.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
The countdown is on. Don't miss out.
At Nielsen, Friday's in the driver's seat.
Black Friday sales event. With approval term 24 months to its signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819, add tax tag 498 dock and DMV fees.
DreamWorks Water Park at American Dream. Just minutes from Manhattan. Over 40 rides, record-breaking slides, and the world's largest indoor wave pool. Tickets start at $59. Book your visit today at americandream.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Call of the Day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on The Fan.
It is an honor to be welcomed in right now by Marlon Wayans, joining the show, BT. How about that little special treat? Marlon's got some stand-up shows going on here in New York. Any jealousy amongst your brothers growing up? How'd that go? You guys ever get into like nasty fights with each other, trying to one-up each other? Who's going to be more famous, more money? Take me through a little behind the scenes with the Wayans brothers.
There's definitely jealousy. My brothers hate me because I was my mother's favorite, and they hate it, they hate it, they hate it. I'm sorry I was born on her birthday. I'm sorry I came last and closed the show. I'm sorry I'm the baby. I'm sorry I did good in school. I'm sorry I'm a great dramatic actor. I'm sorry I got the biggest meat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But no, it's friendly competition, man, with me and my brothers. I love my brothers to death. I live for them, and everything I do, I try and make them proud.
Your mom never admitted that, though, that you were number one, right? That's just in your own mind, or did she actually say it?
My mother was funny. She told every last single one of us that we were her favorite, and it wasn't until she died that we realized she lied to 9 other people, because I'm clearly her favorite.
Oh, man.
In case you missed anything, check it out on the free Odyssey app. Fun talking with Marlon Wayans, of course. And you know what Marlon Wayans was, apparently.
Do I know what he was? What do you mean?
Swordsman.
As he just told us.
Let's bring it full circle. All right, let's get back to the calls here. 888-808-1019 and the number to call. We've been all over the place today. We've done a little Knicks. We've done a little Jets-Pats. We've done, obviously, a lot of baseball hot stove. And we've done some Livy Dunn and her apartment search in the town. Rob is calling from Washington Township. What's on your mind, Rob?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Rob. What's going on, buddy?
All right, BT.
Yo.
BT, so your apartment shot hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say your neighbors with Mickey Mantle, Whitey Ford, and Lou Gehrig.
Okay.
Or Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
Or Gio, Sal, and Rascona. Where are you choosing?
I know which neighborhood I'm not going to. The one that those guys are at. See you, boys. I'm going with the Yankees. Yeah, man. More fun. Probably a higher rent district, too.
Gio and Rascona are a lot of fun, and thanks for the call, Rob. Well, definitely a higher rent district when you talk. Although those guys back then, Gio now, I mean, I don't know.
He's doing well. I like those guys, but, I mean, it's the Mick.
You know, I lived with Gio and our buddy Monzo years ago in Astoria, and I wonder if people now look at that apartment and are like, oh, Greg Giannotti lived here? What? Boomer and Gio? Yeah, let me get that apartment.
Yeah. That's what they're thinking.
Maybe. I mean, Gio morning show. I mean, why not? If some listener, some fan of the show loves Boomer and Gio and loves Gio, and all things are equal with the apartments, and he finds out, you know what? I heard Gio talking about the apartment that he used to live in Astoria. I'm looking in Astoria. Maybe I could go find the apartment.
You're nuts, man. This was in Queens? So Astoria, you said, okay.
Yeah.
3-bedroom, or did you guys have to share a room?
Yeah, it was 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, everybody had their own room. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at that age, not everybody has their own room.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to double up, whatever.
We each had our own room. Now, mine was the smallest, and I paid the least amount to rent there, but we each had our own room.
I think you also told me you had the most fun. I think that's how Gio got mad at you one time.
No. I don't know if I'd say I had the most fun. I am pretty sure I'm the only one who brought at least a girl back there.
What?
Well, I mean, we're only living together.
Donuts across the board?
No, not donuts. I'm saying, like, they would go out and have fun and go.
They just wouldn't bring anything back.
Well, I was kind of then either seeing somebody or dating somebody. You know, I don't recall all the
we got trying to walk them back into
now,
it.
To be fair, a lot of times I was staying at the girl's house. So
that's the right move. Get away from the guys. Get a little space.
Yeah.
Did she have roommates or no?
No.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And then she left me for Al Dukes. John is calling from Staten Island. What's up, John?
What an incestuous place.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Very funny story.
Hi, Evan. Hey, John, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man? So I have a question that nobody's talking about, and I just want to look at the business side of the Mets, and I want your opinion.
Go ahead.
So everything's pointing to Steve Cohen getting the downstate license.
Yep.
And if he does, he's going to start construction that's going to make it next to impossible to get into Citi Field for the next 4 to 5 years if you don't take the train.
True.
Now we got a nutjob mayor who we don't even know what he's going to do with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the Mets, either they have to go for it and make it must watch, or he might want to lay out a little bit, hope that there's a work stoppage to get the general construction started, and then start again. It's a very weird situation, and the casino's going to make more money than the Mets.
Oh, no question.
No matter what.
And Cohen's going to own it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
He's an owner.
Good. I hope he makes
printing money.
Good. I hope he makes $1 trillion, gazillion, bajillion dollars. I hope he makes as much money as you could possibly have on the face of this earth, because that is only going to benefit the New York Mets and their fans.
Yeah, he's talking about the logistics here. Who knows,
Who
man?
cares?
Well,
Watch
you're going
it
to
at
care if
home.
you're trying to go to a game and you build, and there's shovels and there's cranes and there's, I mean, come on. There's, that's going to be a nightmare. I mean, for Evan, who goes to all these games, he's right. It's a train or it's not. I mean, how do you drive there?
Okay, well, figure out a way. If you want to go bad enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a way, I guess.
I don't
but
like
it's not
coming to
gonna
the
be
city
easy.
every day. You think I want to be here 5 days a week coming to the city?
No, but there's not the construction like in an isolated spot.
It doesn't matter. It's difficult to come in here. Not to mention the cost. You got to do it. Figure out a way. You drive in, you do it your way. I have to go to a damn PATH train. Park my car, pay to park, walk to the PATH train, get on the PATH train, discomfort for 25, 30 minutes, get off the PATH train, walk up the stairs, walk to work. You think I like doing that?
No, but hold on. It's not comparable. Like, you do that to pay your mortgage. We're talking about going to a game. A game is optional.
I do it because it's the best option to commute to the city. That's why I do it.
Okay, but either way, if you drive like I do, or you do what you do, which seems like a nightmare, and you've complained about that before.
Well,
that sounds absolutely terrible.
But to me, it's the lesser of two evils.
But I get that. But you have to go to work either way.
Right.
So unless somebody's dropping you off in a helicopter, it's 280 traffic, Holland Tunnel, or do what you do.
Well, my point is
we're talking about going to a game, which is an option not to survive and get paid.
My point is that we're convenienced all the time in everyday life. If you figure out a way to do it, if you need to do it bad enough. If you want to go to the Met game bad enough, take the train. There are ways to do it that are going to be more convenient than others. That's the point. Or if you don't want to go, don't go. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think it's something to complain about. Well, what do you want them to do? Not build the area?
Well,
there's construction on every road possible. So what? Even if you went to every home game, you're inconvenienced for 81 nights going to watch a baseball game. That's my point. Most people deal with worse stuff every day.
I get it. I know this. Like, if it's a Yankee thing, and I don't go to a ton of games, I probably go to 3 or 4 games a year. If there is that facing it, I'm probably going to none because I'm not getting on these disgusting trains. I'm not wasting my time on the trains. I'm not doing it.
Right, but you don't want to do it.
Well, that's a conscious decision. I think a lot of people are avoiding the trains these days. Like, hey, take the train. That used to sound good, years ago. Taking the trains now, it sounds like a death trap. Who the hell wants to take a train? Or you don't go to the game.
I don't know if anybody wants to, but that's what I'm saying. People have to. So in this case, if you don't have to, then don't do it. But if you want to go to the game, what's the alternative?
There is none. There is none.
It's the alternative. I want to go to work. If I want to get paid, I have to go to work. I don't like taking the train. I wouldn't want to drive into the city. To me, that's even worse. But I got to go to work.
Get fired up. Yeah. Give me a Jet score today. What do we have tomorroh? We come in. Football Friday.
34-3, New England.
Get the hell out of here. I'm going to say 27-13 Pats.
All right, that does it for us. Thanks to Dove. Thanks to Hop.
50-2.
Yeah.
Pats.
Thank you, buddy.
That does it for us. Thanks to Dove. Thanks to Hop. Thanks to everybody listening and called. We appreciate each and every one of you. Back again tomorrow, 10 a.m. Evan and Tiki, they're coming up next.
The Emirates NBA Cup is on WFAN.
In the lane, the lob for Clowney, trying to one-handed.
The Nets play the Magic. 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Gets it to go.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each and every week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown scorer bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last TD of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Boomer to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official partner of WFAN.